Welcome to episode 55 of the Racist Podcast.
I'm making fun of Jared podcast.
I don't know. I think
Vaughn.
Joey.
Adrian.
Chris.
And E3 just happened, so we're going to talk about it. I don't care what you think.
Oh God.
All the shit.
Let's see. It depends on where we want to stizzy started.
We're going to go in order of the show.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna talk about what we've been playing.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing a little bit of Strafe, Friday the 13th. Gravity Rush 2. Binding of Isaac again. I'm not going to say Binding of Isaac anymore. Just assume I'm playing Binding of Isaac.
For how long?
The rest of my life.
I'm gonna make it
Until I'm dead.
when you're done with that game. When you platinum that game.
I will still play it.
Okay. You're gonna do the whole Bloodborne thing. Okay. I just say I will have a podcast, and we can just talk about fucking how shitty Binding of Isaac is in terms of like fucking your ass good. Because
When you say fucking your ass good, do you mean like
both our collective asses and how it will just destroy it, like when it gives you when you're running them cheeks and Binding of Isaac just says no, I have something
that
for
doesn't
you.
happen to me anymore. That it's all like the items. I have all the items memorized, so I know which ones will like totally destroy me. I have pip rooms memorized.
The real question is, do you know the difference between the robot eyes?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they all just look like a robot eye. They have like probably the most minute differences.
Yeah, I can get those, and I'm totally fine.
I mean, they're
it
good.
drops your damage like a lot, but
Yeah.
it doesn't
Your fire rate goes up so much.
even matter.
I'm so sorry for you.
I have evolved. I'm just Isaac now. I'm always naked and crying, and pretty much in any situation, my wiener's out.
This game was literally based on you.
Yeah.
At this point.
I dress up like a woman sometimes. My mom tried to kill me, and I live in a basement.
I don't know. I feel like Pam Bilski's a saint, and she didn't, in fact, try to kill you. She may have, like, accidentally tried to give you CPR when you were just sleeping. 'Cause that seems like something your mom might do. But other than that, I don't think she actually attempted homicide.
Sound like you were drowning.
Snoring.
Goddamn.
What the fuck is this episode?
This is the making fun of Jared, Joey's Binding of Isaac Life podcast.
Just getting prepped for some good jabs.
Good shit.
Yeah. I started Demon Souls. I started it, just did the start. So I'm prepping my body for this. I'm hoping it's going to be the journey that
Where did you get?
I literally I did like the tutorial stuff and I had to go. But yeah, that is a thing I've commenced. So it's a thing I will see through to the finish. But for something to wind me down, I started Far Cry 4. Super fun. Bow's still the best weapon in the game. There's no reason to really use any other weapon in that fucking game.
Did you beat it in 15 minutes?
What, Far Cry 4? No. You gotta just sit in there. You just sit in there. Yeah.
Just wait for him to come back.
But I'm gonna get the platinum anyway, so I'm just like, I might as well just...
Well, that just gave you the platinum. There you go. You're smart enough to listen to what he said to do.
I wouldn't give a shit. I would if it would have gave me the platinum, I would have sat there and just brought that game right back.
It's a good game.
No objections to it. It is Far Cry. And
Very much so.
That's
Far
the
Cry.
title.
you could say whatever you want about it.
Wow.
But
And
okay.
roasted your bitch ass, dude. Fucking idiot.
Alright, so
You're out, dude. You're out. Chris is in twice. Fuck out of here.
I mean, I'll take my token blackness somewhere else then. But yeah, it's running, killing, hunting people down like animals and murdering them.
And then hunting animals down like people and murdering them.
Yes.
True. I found a den of tigers and just lit the whole thing on fire. Because,
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, I have
For a minute, you probably had flaming tigers running at you, though.
No, for like 5 seconds, and then I pulled out my... Oh, no, see, the key to it is to light the house on fire and then shoot them as they run out.
Yeah.
I'm hunting them like people, you see. But yeah,
You have that advice for free.
it's like give you a freebie. But Chris,
Alright.
I went and beat people because of their religion. That's all I've done today.
jeez.
What are you talking about?
Jeez, it's.
Talking about killing people with fire.
I mean, it's.
I thought that was like in context to a game.
This podcast is off the rails.
Yeah.
I was playing World War II Simulator, the game. I was Adolf Hitler. We just gassed Jews. That's all you did in the game.
Schindler's List the game.
In VR.
Yeah.
Play that shit up.
What have you been playing?
I uninstalled Destiny today.
Why?
I beat it.
Oh my god.
I got the record book done. Earned my shirt. Put the emblem on all my characters. Set them all up how I wanted it. Got rid of all my shit in it. Uninstalled.
Amazing.
I'm free. Which means now I can get to the plethora of games I've got waiting.
Until September.
I'm about 7 hours into Horizon at this point.
Oh,
really good
yeah.
Absolutely fallen in love with the game.
Game's so good.
And that was actually
you,
the game where I picked it up, started playing it. I'm like, I have to finish Destiny because I need it to be gone so I can focus fully on this. I'm constantly in awe of the game.
Yeah,
right.
we actually liked it so much we agreed that Aloy's name is Baloy now.
Baylor.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
It's terrible.
I'm not part of that.
Making fun of the pre-show.
No, that's right. That wasn't.
Yeah.
That was a comment he did make.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Or as me and my friends call him, Baloy.
Yeah, that super ready for that. And I'll get to that, probably finish Resident Evil 4. Been sitting on that one for a while. And got back to my roots and started playing American Truck Simulator.
American Truck Simulator. No.
I'm a sucker for these nerd simulator games. Love them. Euro Truck, American Truck, flight simulators. Big into flight simulators. Yes.
Are you gonna get Ace Combat?
Yeah. These combat games I never really like. The combat games, flight simulators, yes.
You just flying a
Flying
plane
a
load of people from point A to point B.
Yeah. It's not great for ADD people like me because, like, once you actually take off and you're cruising, there's not much to do,
No.
and it's real time.
Oh my god.
So, like,
So you
Do
could
you
be on
like
like a
simulator game?
like a
4-hour flight, and you're just sitting there.
Jeez.
You can, like, speed it up, but, like, it's just technically the game is real time.
I mean, you should be like a real
Do you
pilot.
like the
and just,
farming
set it on
simulator games?
autopilot and go to sleep.
I tried it. I did all the tutorials, but then, like, when I got into the core game itself, there is no direction in that game on what to do. It's like, we taught you what to do, now go do it. It's like, where do I start? Where am I on the farm? This doesn't make sense. Do I own shit?
Just like life.
And it's like real time kind of shit. So
What
like
do I
it takes
do?
forever.
Have you played Stardew Valley at
It's
all?
probably not Googling that.
Stardew
though.
Valley's the same way.
Is it?
Yeah,
Google
I
everything.
hated that game.
I started dabbling in Kerbal Space Program a little bit.
How is that?
Very fucking hard. It's super sciencey. A lot of like trial and error, but a lot to remember.
What is the game that I bought that is legitimately the hardest puzzle game I've ever played? Energy Balance.
Never heard of
Super fucking hard game. I
don't do the hard games
fucking
like
hate
that.
it.
I just want to enjoy my time.
Yeah, that's why.
It's a numbers game. It's like
You have a grid.
there's horizontal and vertical
Yeah.
lines that have numbers on them.
Fuck that shit.
Go.
Again,
You have to,
I said
it's
I'm like
out of 14 is this line, and you have to add up to 14, and then like that's this way, and then like
Like
this
Sudoku-
way is
it's like
like of
Sudoku.
7, so you have to.
Oh,
Make
I was
sure
just gonna
I'm
say it
too
sounds a
fucking
lot like
lazy for that.
Sudoku.
like legitimately there was a stark difference in my KD and Destiny depending on like when I was playing in relation to my meds. Like
Oh, wow.
yes, like I could go into a raid and like wreck shit, But like, if I just picked it up in the middle of the night and was like, let's raid, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere in this, am I? I'm just gonna sit here forever. So yeah.
I mean, at least
I can't do those puzzle fuckers. Like,
at least you know your limits.
I very much know my limits.
What have you been playing?
Everything.
All the games ever. I'm done.
Picked up Wolfenstein, so I'm going to be playing that soon.
I beat PlayStation.
Have you never played it before? Wolfenstein, super fun. New Order or Old Blood?
New Order.
Dude,
New Order's
It's
like
like $10. So I'm like,
dude, I love that game.
New Order's super fun. Old Blood is very like classic.
I'm going to skip the zombie one.
You better not.
I don't know. Lots of stuff. I'm at 236 platinums. I have to get 240 before Mark gets back. So
Why?
because I told him I would.
I mean, you got a week and a half, so
That's so fucked up.
That's what I do.
Games are exclusive.
yeah,
I
I
have
saw
an
that.
agenda, and I must complete it.
No, I admire your tenacity, but it is absolutely horrifying to know that someone like you exists. It's just blowing through these games like this.
I can't even keep up with the shit that you.
Yeah. Anybody that's curious, some of us are going through Vaughn's trophy list. Being just fucking.
Every time my app updates with it, it's like, shoom. All these
Crash
new games
Bandicoot
I've
has
played.
3 of them, so that'll be
Oh, dude,
nice.
I'm all about.
8 more platinums, and I'll hit 50 for the year so far.
About halfway through.
Yeah,
So you going for 100? Is that what you did last year?
I did that last year.
Vaughn, please don't beat 100 this year. I'm worried about you.
I could
'cause
get at
it
least
just
101 if I want to really
it doesn't-
my desire.
it doesn't stop.
Weren't you in like crunch time in December,
Mhm.
trying to like just pound out shit games? To get...
No, I'm still playing decent games.
Oh,
I try not to do shit games.
how was Freeze Me? Then
That was a nice like little Mario 64 type game.
I enjoyed when I played that game. It just
It's a Unity game, so Unity games are either hit or miss. That was a good 6 or 7. That's about it.
Just looking at games. If I buy Rocket League, will anybody play it with me?
I refuse to ever play that game again.
apparently that game is like super fucking toxic lately.
Why do you always say no at Rocket League? Unbelievable. I know you're saying like you and Vaughn were playing, but you were talking about how you guys weren't even good. So,
Yeah.
like,
So what happened at your birthday party happened in Rocket League.
But with
I
Rocket
got
League
super
and
lit.
not cool.
I'm genuinely confused. My birthday party.
We got hustled in pool.
Did you get hustled in Rocket League?
We got hardcore hustled in Rocket League.
How so?
Like bad hustled. We had these guys come in, and they were like,
They're regulars at our
Yeah.
store.
and they were like, "Do you guys play Rocket League?" And Vaughn and I had literally played like for 4 hours the night before. I was like, "Yeah, we play. We're pretty all right. We're not that great." They're like, "We haven't played at all. We just want people to play with." Level like 15, level like 13. Join in the game, max level, both of them beat us like 9-0,
oh goddamn!
and then start like making fun of us.
Oh, what
And
the fuck?
then
What
straight
couple
up
of
challenged
assholes!
us to Smash Brothers, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be as dirty as I can because I'm gonna fucking destroy them.
Did you?
And they got like super pissed off, and I couldn't hear, but Vaughn said that they were like shit talking my Mewtwo because they were like, oh, he's ledge guarding, oh, he's using the same attack over and over again.
They weren't bad in Smash, but
I wish you would have let
Weren't
me
as
know.
good as me.
I wish you would have let me
he was
know.
also playing online, so it was kind of like
I would have just picked Dadendorf and then just
shitty.
choked him like I just got home from work.
But yeah, they totally hustled us, and
Oh well.
So now you hate Rocket League.
I mean,
I haven't
that
played it
if
since.
you would
It
have
was
lost,
like-
if you would have lost money on it, I would have kind of been understanding. But
it was aggravating.
I've never
because-
played Rocket League, and I want to play Rocket League.
A fantastic game. It's the only game that like, while losing, I can actively enjoy myself because it's just it's a lot of
I'll play
fun.
I tried losing in other games; it's not as fun.
I
Got
should have
on,
to re-download it, but
got on Overwatch with Jeremy the other day. Wanted to fucking kill myself. It's just terrible.
Still not played that.
Jesus
Not good at
Christ.
video games.
Oh, he's terrible. He's bad.
Zach bought it again, so he was talking about playing it again. So
I might redbox it.
I am entirely open to playing with you guys.
I'm back in
Whatever you
my
want.
I'm back in my zone now that I have a second PS4. So
Are you gonna get Dead by Daylight?
I'll probably take it out and try it first.
Are
You
gonna
got a
get
second
that
one?
game?
Yeah, Joey got a gold one, so I just bought his old one off it.
Keep telling the fiance I'm gonna buy a second one so she can play Destiny with me. She doesn't find it as funny as I do. Thank you.
You guys aren't even married yet, and you're already abusing her like that.
Right?
Gotta start early and get it ready. It's like pregame.
So,
We're gonna
on
start
to
on
real
this
shit
E3.
now. E3. Are we starting from the very beginning?
yeah.
EA?
Oh
Yeah.
God, do we have to?
And that was the A's.
Wow.
They didn't do
Presentation.
anything.
And that was it. They didn't really show anything.
Sports.
Guess what? We're gonna put out.
Most of the sports games have single player campaigns now, so that's something.
So you could play the story of someone that looks nothing like you and has probably zero to very little relation to you in terms of like character.
Now, okay, in defense, I am in the middle of FIFA's story mode. FIFA's story mode is pretty good. I mean, it was well done. Well done in a way of you want this guy to succeed.
Okay.
You can see the struggle that he's going through, some of the personal stuff. NBA's story mode, the Spike Lee shit, that was bullshit.
That's because it was made by Spike Lee.
Yeah, that was fucking awful.
That's not even a jab at Spike Lee. Spike Lee only knows how to make one kind of relatable character, and that's if you're quite literally like Rodney King. That's the only way you will relate. I don't care. I don't give a shit. As a filmmaker, all that. Like, any of his films, I'm like, who is this supposed to relate to?
Yeah.
Like, someone that has been wronged in the worst of ways and, like, is just could only imagine either the most miserable or angriest person on the planet. So, and obviously he probably didn't do all that kind of junk that he normally does on the game, but as a storyteller, he's proven that his range on making a relatable character is very slim. So that's not shocking to me that was subpar.
Speaking of basketball, NBA Live can go fuck itself.
No one has really cared about the
NBA Live
series.
2018 Game of the Year.
Right? Game of the year.
You guys are as excited for that the one mode as me.
I don't care.
It's probably going to play better on the Xbox One X.
They
Probably.
didn't announce a Dead Space 4, so I don't care.
Battlefield 1 is getting continued support.
Yeah, which is good. Female soldiers.
And Russia,
Yep.
No,
which is sweet.
that was a thing. So,
I was very tempted to buy the incorrect price of Battlefield the other day.
oh my God! Please tell me it was $69.
It was $17.99 for a pre-owned copy. I'm like, you know what? I'm tempted to just not change this price.
Oh, dude,
That happened with Mass Effect too the other
It was
day.
When you-
$15 for Mass Effect.
when you said that,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really
Like,
upset.
How long did that last?
Like,
A couple hours.
yeah. You had to be in the
I
store
saw it
when it
like an hour after everyone said it started changing. I'm like, God damn it.
I heard that VR headsets dropped to $199.
When? Like,
Pre-owned ones that day.
When it was fucked up, or is
fuck
that like
happened?
a thing though?
Just like system wide
Oh, dude,
stuff.
I would have
just
bought a
lot of
VR
shit
headset
did that?
on the spot.
It would have been like
It was
$185
a
bucks.
Not-
pre-owned
Yeah,
one.
pre-owned.
I don't give a shit.
And you have to honor that.
Yeah,
Those
Yeah.
prices, right?
I mean, that's what it was. In like, if you scanned it, that's
Like
what it
in
popped
the
up as.
system.
I'm assuming.
Damn. Need for Speed.
Payback.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, it's Need for Speed again. I mean, I like it. I like Need for Speed games. I'm not like a huge racing sim guy, but I do like racers, like racing
I'm
games.
pretty sure Need for Speed is actually an arcade racing game.
No shit.
Yeah.
Which is why.
And so is Forza Horizon.
It's my point,
But like,
you nerd.
I just feel like there's no longer a real place for Need for Speed because it's so
feel like people are
dominated
more
by
about-
Forza.
I feel like people are more about the simulators.
well, that was my
than
point. It's not.
arcade.
It's well, I like arcade racing games. That's my point in the first place. Is I don't like sim games for the most part. Need for Speed allows someone who doesn't feel like sitting there and actually. I know it sounds shitty, but learning to play The Sims it's a simple, easy to play, fun racing game for people that want to, enjoy that kind of content.
I think the best thing they could have done is a complete remake of Underground.
I liked Carbon more than I liked Underground.
Which one?
Carbon.
Carbon?
Mm-hmm.
I never played Carbon.
I liked Carbon. But this, I don't know, I think this offers a good variety of different things to do, which is one of the biggest things that is lacking in games, which makes it hard. I think that's what makes it hard for people to stray away from those sims, like the Forza and the like Gran Turismo, stuff like that, is there's nothing to do. Like, people want to make an arcade-style racer, but it has the same content as a sim, whereas the new Need for Speed, just like, even the Burnout games, like, there's, like, takedown missions, obviously the missions where you track down the trucks that they showcased and steal the cars. Like, it's more than just racing. And then, of course, racing will be in there, but you're not forced to just do that all the time.
Yes.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. Looks amazing.
Most of the
Looks
show.
fucking awesome.
I'm going to play as nothing but the droids from episode 1.
I think I'm going to do the Stormtroopers from episode 1.
Yoda.
Dude,
Oh, man.
they don't have, like, the battle droids? The rolling ones?
Jordicas?
Yeah. Those were the best part of... Those were in...
Episode 1?
No, I'm talking about the game when they were, but... the Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
My
So,
taunt is going to be Roger.
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 Oh, dude.
I'm just going to do that every time I kill somebody.
I feel like at first it'll just be like... They won't like it. They'll just think it's in-game dialogue, but eventually they'll feel the sting. They'll know what it means.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to roll in a room and just people be like, fuck me.
I'm going to remap that taunt button to the fire button as well. So every time I fire, it's just Roger.
Oh my god.
You fucking hit the whole button and quit.
I'm hoping
Win by default.
that they make it so like two heroes can fight each other more, make it feel a little bit more epic,
More frequently.
and just make it feel more epic, because you could have like Luke fighting Emperor Palpatine and only ever hit each other one time.
I mean, it's hard to like. What would they do to make it feel more epic?
Actually, be able to like have lightsaber fights between two people.
I mean,
who have
regardless
lightsabers.
You
of
take like For Honor type mechanics and put that in, so like you kind of lock
Instead
into
of Emperor
this fight
Palpatine
sequence.
just fucking like screwdriver flying through the air at you.
I mean, regardless of who you are in the Star Wars universe, getting hit with a lightsaber
How do you
pretty
stop
much has the same universal effect.
How do you stop the other team from like screwing that up though?
You just make it those people that like locked into a battle, they're immune to the rest of the world.
Yeah, but then that breaks away from immersion.
Really,
I don't know.
in
It's like
fucking
it's a
movies, that's
hero
what
fight.
happens.
Yeah, it's a hero fight.
Yeah, but this ain't the goddamn movies.
It's a video game.
It's fucking canon.
Big online.
Don't tell me what's a canon. I'll show you a canon.
Regardless, super excited for that one.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
That was really the only thing that they did that I cared about. They were showing him in like the trailer doing a lot of work. And I was like, bro, he could. I don't think he could fight an actual Jedi Master. Like I don't see it
He
happening.
killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, but Qui-Gon Jinn was kind of like he was Liam Neeson in the second trilogy though. That boy wasn't doing shit.
Dude, I don't know. Qui-Gon Jinn was like an incredibly respected
He was.
Jedi Master.
Playing no one but Rey.
Fair enough.
Darth Maul all the way.
If I have to be Kylo Ren, I will quit. But I did see a Wookiee, so I would love to be a Wookiee.
Chewbacca's in the first one.
Yes, he is. So I would like to be a Wookiee.
Hell yeah.
Just Wookiee strength the shit out of people.
Free
Slap the piss out of them like Winston.
free DLC support for the second one.
No season pass.
Thank.
There will be microtransactions though.
Of course there will. I mean, I think it
But
almost
it's-
goes without saying.
It's not pay to win. Though.
Yeah,
It is,
it's-
It's cosmetic.
that, and it can be used to speed up like progress.
Which is, they kind of did that in the first game. Like, you get the deluxe edition, you can get...
I don't know,
It's
the
kind of
original
early.
gave you, like,
Again.
2 guns early.
Yeah, it was 2 guns and a
Grenade.
grenade.
What about A Way Out? The developers who make Brothers.
I saw that, but I honestly didn't look too much.
I
into
enjoyed
that one.
Brothers.
Stark difference from Brothers. Much
Yeah.
higher production value.
Yeah, it has some Uncharted vibes to it. Co-op game, either online or couch. Did they say if it could be computer controlled, the second player, if you can play it by yourself, or do you have to?
I did not hear.
I'll
Well,
look it up to see.
no, that I did see. It has to be co-op.
Okay.
Like the entirety of the game.
Yeah. I wonder how long that'll last.
Bold move.
Right, until...
Because if you don't got the player base for it, you don't have the player base for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't punish people 3 years down the road who want to pick up the game and play it, and there's no one to play it.
True.
Looked interesting enough.
Yeah.
But then again, like the same thing can kind of be said for online-only multiplayer games, where it's like Evolve, perfect example. Like 3 years after that fucking game came out, you couldn't find a match for shit.
So I don't even support it anymore.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the life of those types of games where there's there's nothing other than playing with other people.
His difference is those are like AAA budget-based games, and you
True.
go into it knowing that that's an inevitability, whereas this is kind of like an indie downloadable game.
True.
Which that line is blurring every day. So, anything else with the E3 or
EA.
E3? EA.
That was it.
No Dead Space 4. Note that again.
Anything that you wanted to see
Jesus.
that they
Dead
didn't show?
Space.
I knew they weren't going to show Dead Space. I want to put that out there. I knew that. I knew it wasn't going to
I don't think
happen.
anyone's working on Dead Space right now.
Skate 4.
I don't give a fuck about Skate 4. Not when
Not
there's...
like another Mirror's Edge. I know it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't
That
know
didn't
how
work out.
I didn't know how the second one even ended.
Nothing Dragon Age.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little disappointing.
Didn't play Inquisition. It was one of the ones that I wanted to play, but I was like, I didn't feel like... I was worried it would be a Skyrim-esque adventure where I'm like spending too much fucking time playing that game.
I spent a fuck ton of time in that game. But, like, it's a platinum I've got lording over my head that I know, like, I can get. It's just a second playthrough of it. But, like, it's such a good game. The DLC's awesome.
I didn't play any of the DLC.
Trespasser really wraps everything up and really shows you where it's going.
I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. So I bought it digitally, so I couldn't get rid of it, so I had to play through it. Like I did with Fallout.
Smart.
Or Down.
Anything else from them?
Not really. I'm not a big sports fan, so
I was hoping to see EA Access on PS4. And that did not happen.
I guess they can make up. They can just put out more demos for the games.
Mhm.
They can make up for.
But that's a conversation for the Sony portion.
Next day or same day we had Microsoft's.
Next day.
Was it the next?
EA was Saturday. Microsoft
Oh,
was
yeah.
Sunday.
So next day.
Microsoft and Bethesda were the same day.
So, Microsoft. Starting off with the Xbox One X,
AKA the Scorpio.
Why did they change the name?
aka Xbox.
Oh, I got this one.
Scorpio was so much fucking cool.
Because Xbox One X, Xbox.
Yeah.
Boom. Came 360, dude.
I fucking hate you.
I'm done here.
I see what
thought
you
you
did there
were
at the
gonna
end,
say-
and I hate you.
I thought you were gonna say because X is gonna give it to you. My mind.
I would have been happy with an ending, that ending, but no luck. No
So,
luck.
what do we think of the console?
So, I mean,
I think it looks pretty similar to a PS4.
No?
Yeah.
really?
PS4. PS4.
It, like, visually, it looks
Oh.
similar
See,
to
my initial thought was PS2. The
Yeah.
original PS2.
Yeah.
It looked like a 1S.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Black,
but,
which is
It makes me wonder, like, why couldn't the Xbox be that size from the start instead
it
of
could
being
have
like
been.
9 pounds?
it could
why
have been.
couldn't Xbox have been a lot of things from the start?
Because it could have been. Microsoft has a history of choosing to withhold better products for the sake of trying to get money so they could just then release that product at a later time. Hence, the entire Halo series. Fun fact, all the way up through like through Halo 3, they were going to do in the first Halo game. They just chose to spread everything out through 3 games. And then Halo 4 happened, and we're all sorry that happened. We are. But yeah,
Halo 4 is the best one.
they just don't give a fuck.
So they gave it official name. They waited until the very last moment of their conference to give it a price.
And they
$4.99.
also kind of did that in a very weird way. So we're like, Xbox games are backwards compatible. You can totally play them day and date on the Xbox One X, $4.99. All right, see you guys later.
I kind of wanted to save that absolute uselessness that is making Xbox games backwards compatible for the end of this part.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
Let's talk about the price.
All right.
$4.99.
Genuinely shocked. Thought they were going to go 600 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, think back to like when we did price guessing on this thing. We were all around the 600. I remember I said.
I think Vaughn said 500.
500.
You said 500? I said
think I was-
650.
I feel like I was closer to... He's usually right, so every time he's like, this is it, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, you hold prices right. One more than that other person ass bitch.
What frustrates me is like I'm genuinely shocked by the price. I'm floored by the price. I think it's a great price point. I want to know what they're making or losing on the console.
Yeah.
I am super fucking frustrated with everybody freaking out about the price. They're already writing it off because of the price.
That's
and
insane.
obviously they didn't learn anything from the launch of the Xbox One. It's like, are you fucking nuts?
I was frequenting the Xbox Reddit for a while, and everyone was like, it's going to be $3.99, it's going to be $3.99. I'm like, watch yourself.
I don't think so.
You're setting yourself up for failure, because when it isn't, you're going to be super...
$3.99 was out of the fucking question.
If they would have said $3.99, I would have been throwing my money at a store that couldn't pre-order it for me at that time. Would have been like, give me this now. Like,
Yeah, like
The
that
thing
was
is like, people, they write off the VR because
of the price point.
Yeah. But, like, they don't understand that's the least expensive of that, like,
it's half the
model
cost of
thing.
another one. Like,
Yeah.
And, like, you're getting a system that can play in 4K. It's $500, but the most expensive, or the least expensive one after that is like $1,000.
They're going to be really feeling it when fucking... If Microsoft doesn't put out their own first-party VR headset, if they require, like, all the headsets to be, like, third-party ones, because that's, like, what? $600 at the cheapest?
it doesn't sound like they're going to do VR.
Yeah,
According to
they
what Phil Spencer said, he
Yeah.
believes it should be on PC.
Really?
They said they weren't planning on doing VR with VX.
I missed the beginning of that, unfortunately. I was at work.
The
so-
Oculus
He didn't
Rift
talk about
is
it at the
a-
conference.
Yeah, it was after.
It was
Oh, okay.
afterwards.
And the Oculus, the HoloLens that they showed off wasn't for, like,
So-
consumer
HoloLens
business
has never
thing.
been for... I will still buy it and put it in my home. I said that before, and I stand by that fucking statement.
Just so you can have Minecraft here, so you can look
As I
at
walk
information.
around, like, Cortana, like, pops up random places and asks me questions.
See, that would be enough for me to buy it.
But exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Let's jump to games, and then that'll tie into the X at the end.
So,
42 games.
first, 22 exclusives. First thing I want to say is none of their exclusives really jumped out at me. Like Cuphead, sure, but at this point, like, Cuphead is a myth. I know they put a date on it, but we'll see.
It's a glorified boss rush as well.
Yeah.
But not to discredit that game, because that game looks super cool. I would definitely want to play it.
I've never played 1 and 2, which probably plays into this, but I don't give a shit about Crackdown 3.
Honestly, Crackdown 1, Crackdown 2, same game. Crackdown 3, probably going to be the same game.
So
Genuinely.
you mean like Saints Row?
Saints Row 1 to Saints Row 2, not Saints Row
Okay, let's
2 on, because that is totally different.
let's hold on here, because some very successful game franchises are the same fucking game. Mind you, they might have more story to them, but God of War, you're just doing the same shit the whole time. You're just angry,
the fuck up.
angry fucking Kratos, beating the pants off of everybody around you. I mean, it's true though. Like, pretty much none of the mechanics changed in that game
Those are a
whatsoever.
masterpiece.
I'd have nothing against those games. They're good games, but you're not going to sit here and pretend those games are any different between the titles. They're not. They're just not, Chris.
Well, there's one that he's got a scar
But-
right on
fucking
his
stop.
But
belly.
My point is that a franchise can be
I wanna-
successful. Far Cry also.
want to throw this in there. God of War came out on the PS2.
Fuck does that mean to me?
Crackdown was like a next-gen game, and they released
It was
the
like
same game.
It was like a release title for the
Same-
Xbox
Yeah,
360.
the first one. The second one came out, and it was the same game, almost exactly down to the story, twist and everything.
mean, God of War.
God damn it.
But God of War came out on a previous.
What do you want, Chris?
where,
You
like,
fight to the
games
end where you
were
think that
kinda
you know who the
just
bad guy
finding
is. Just kidding. Guess who you can't kill? The person you thought was the bad guy. Oh my God! You go to fight him again in 2. Oh, to find out who the bad guy is. Just kidding. It's
you
Zeus
play
this
those
time.
games?
Fucked you and throws you back down Mount Olympus. Dude, I did play those games.
That's not the first one at all.
Oh no, that's right. You fucking kill Ares in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, where the fuck are you on that?
But he's still not. He's still not the real bad guy.
You don't know that
Yeah.
until.
That's the thing. The story
Pretty much
develops.
until
Oh my
3.
God! And what are the Crackdown story develops,
And
Chris?
God of War 4 is
It
not
doesn't.
going to be... Hold on, we're not getting into
Have
God
you
of War
played
4.
Crackdown?
Okay,
Yeah, same.
that is...
Have you played Crackdown?
I've never had an Xbox.
Yeah. What kind of
So,
question is that?
Crackdown 1,
Ever?
you're an agent. You collect orbs. You're fighting through all these things, like all these other people. The whole deal with the game was like, each gang has their own, like, specialists.
Things
You
that they
take out
do
the
to.
weapon specialists, and then they have, like, super shitty weapons.
Yeah.
You take out the vehicle specialists, and then they drive like beaters. That didn't happen. And that's disappointing because it's like a cool thing for the time. You finish the game, kill all the other gang members or whatever, and then the dude who narrates the game is like, we hired these people so people will think that our agency is a bunch of good guys. And then the second game starts, and you're an agent, and you have superpowers, and you collect orbs, and you're killing mutants, and you fight all the mutants and clear out the nests, and then the agency guy's like, we created these mutants to make people feel more safe and think the agency's the good guy.
That
Literally the same game.
the first one was the agency wanted to take control of the city, and all those gangs had control of the city. They didn't care what people thought of them. They weren't trying to make people feel safe by them. They created super soldiers to kill all the gangs in the city. And they went under the guise of the agency so people wouldn't care that you were literally murdering hundreds of people in the streets. Then in the second one, that's when you're... So, I mean... Well, I mean, that's not what you said.
It's the same exact twist ending.
It's not the same
We
twist
caused
ending.
all of it to happen from the beginning.
But
Because they pay them. They pay the gang members in Crackdown 1. They work
So, we
for
can agree that there's not much
Crackdown-
development in the game, so anyways, Crackdown, fuck that. Forza,
7.
why did we have to do a car reveal on stage?
And didn't they do that a couple years ago?
Yes.
because
Then
I
they're
swear
like,
it was
for the
something
first
like
time
that.
ever.
It's the easiest game to show off really, really good looking graphics.
But that doesn't answer why we had to do a real car
Because
reveal.
it's their biggest title for
It's-
whatever fucking reason.
That is,
That's-
it is their
it's the-
flagship.
It's the best thing to show off in 4K for the new system.
That's every year they're gonna act like people give a shit about Forza.
Okay,
You
so
guys,
Some people
you
do.
guys know for a fact.
Elliot.
Elliot is the reason that they make those games.
I love Forza. I always wait until later when I can buy the whole thing cheaper, but like, I love Forza. But like, god damn it. That just seemed unnecessary.
Also, keep in mind they don't have many first-party studios.
They didn't have they also didn't have they don't have any like exclusives do any super cool openings, which they could have done something for Sea of Thieves. Like,
Let's talk about Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves was also shown off.
I am so fucking excited for that game.
I think it looks good.
Coming
Like
out
them
2018.
showing off like essentially how things are gonna go down.
Are we talking about
Sea of Thieves.
myths and legends again?
I mean, I don't know, dude. They gave
I'm gonna
it
kill you.
a tentative date. And it says you, who's blowing his loads
It
all over
looks
the Last
like
Guardian.
a ton of fun. Shared world experience with your friends.
I didn't even play
Get
that
to
game.
do all the piratey things.
Made by Rare.
Plunder treasure.
Joey Bilski. Ryan was right about you.
Did I blow my load over the Last Guardian?
You haven't even
We're talking about Sea of Thieves.
He said
He's saying that we're talking about myths and legends.
and he was like, "You ain't blowing your load over the Last Guardian." I said it was a big deal that the game came out, but I didn't play it.
That's not the point. You said it's a big deal that
This guy
the game.
wants to fight me today. What the fuck is happening?
Nothing. Joey's saying that we're talking about nothing but myths and legends, as he says it's a big deal that a myth and
Sea of
legend.
Thieves is
arrived.
nothing on that level.
Exactly. That's my point.
So, anyways, I'm excited for the game. I think it could be a really strong title for them.
Yeah, especially like a group-based game that is not Call of Duty or Battlefield or Halo or something like that. So.
The thing that gets me though is it strikes me just the way it looks and the way it looks like it feels as a VR title.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I didn't see any of the Sea of Thieves gameplay.
I guess there were
I missed that
about,
in like the last 15 minutes of the show. Really,
the worry something about that is you're on sea and people get seasick just from being on the sea. So it'd be tough to balance that.
They don't deserve to be pirates then.
Get the fuck out of my game.
At that point,
Get off of my waters, boy. If you can't sail.
It's very bright, vibrant colors and whatnot. So
Fun art style.
Yeah.
Fun narration for the gameplay, how they were... No, don't take themselves too seriously. And,
yeah.
State of Decay 2.
I don't really...
that game has to come out because State of Decay 1 was alright. Honestly. I was into it for very briefly, and then I realized that, it's not really anything special.
Did they announce any kind of multiplayer functionality for that? Or they just kind of announced it?
I feel like they did.
I don't
remember. I feel like they announced something.
I feel like that's something I would recall, and that's like...
They stressed the need to work together with your survivors.
Well, I mean...
But I don't think they ever explicitly said if they could be other real
I was to say, well, that was in State of Decay 1. You had to work together with the other survivors, but,
there was no multiplayer, and it totally killed that game for me.
That's, I think, a game like that would have been perfect with multiplayer. That would have taken that game from being a decent game to being
actually memorable,
a really good game. So
and fun.
Hopefully that
I'm
is.
sure the production value of this is much higher.
Yeah.
It's spring of 2018. Something that is multiplayer is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I'd never heard of that. That looks really cool.
So it's originally on the PC. It's a 100-person survival game. So you all parachute in on this large, Russian map, and you're finding gear and supplies and stuff, and you're hunting other people to be the number one person. Or number one group, because you can go 4-player groups.
Yeah, and I love the idea that you can work together with other people, but, you're eventually going to have to turn on each other.
Right. And then the map
Lord of the
slowly
Flies.
shrinks. So every couple minutes, there's a certain spot that you have to get to. So there's a barrier that slowly closes in. If you're outside the barrier, your health goes down. So they're funneling you to a spot. So
it forces you to...
So you'll land.
Actually, yeah.
It says in 3 minutes, location will be pinpointed. So there's a spot on the map that you got to go to, but it gives you time to get there. And at that time, you have to get there, or you slowly die. So
Damn.
that's where you start seeing the most dangerous game type stuff happen.
I mean,
It sounds really cool.
if you play your cards right and you all get guns, you could just wait until the map gets small enough to play a match of Call of Duty with 100 people at close range. I'm just saying.
So that's a launch
Exclusive.
console launch exclusive. They use very specific words in this conference.
So you feel like it'll eventually come to PS4.
Anytime they say console launch exclusive, yes.
So we thinking a year of 6 months.
It's
A
hard
year.
to say because Tomb Raider was a year.
Dead Rising 4, though, how long's that been out?
6 months.
Oh, really? I feel like that game's been out forever.
But
that was
I feel like they
yeah.
also probably learned that the timing on
Christmas.
Rise of the Tomb Raider didn't really work out
No.
because people were really bitter by the time that year.
We also got more
was
on
out.
PS4.
Right.
They had to pay for the stuff that the PS4 version came with.
Right.
And VR with the PS4 one. I don't know what the VR
I didn't
stuff was.
play any of it. It's you're roaming through her mansion.
Right. They said it was awesome, but I'm not going to rebuy the game just for that.
Yeah.
No.
Metro.
I'm
Metro,
excited for
fuck yeah, Metro.
That looks
Metro.
awesome.
Exodus. More Metro. It's really
I've never played a Metro game,
They're super fun.
but it
It's
looks
very-
like a lot of
it's
fun.
very atmospheric.
They're really fun. They have a completely useless currency system of trading bullets for things. No.
It's super aggravating because
Battle capture
the first time I played the game, I thought that it's the cleaner the bullet, the more damage it does, but that's also your money. And I thought you just had to keep those bullets, and
I feel like that's a very unique
it's super aggravating.
thing to do.
I thought it was. I mean, it was it was interesting, but
And he was like, yeah, I played that game and did not buy anything really at all. You don't need to buy anything. You just find it.
I only pop headshots, so that's all that matters to me.
Look at you.
I'm sorry. I have no need for anything. I could fucking get a rock and a slingshot.
Game eventually.
You only play gun games.
I mean, that's all I play, so I guess I should be good at them by now.
God damn it.
I heard me saying that.
Are we gonna use this to talk about
Creed.
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, might as well just go with stuff that was announced.
I think it looks really good.
Fuck yes. I'm so fucking excited for this game.
What gets you so excited for that?
My whole life I have loved Ancient Egypt.
Okay, that's fair.
Deep
Same.
passion for Ancient Egypt, and like I said, since the first game, this is what I wanted. Free running on the pyramids, all that ancient stuff, and they picked a time period that is perfect. A lot of turmoil brewing in Egypt at that time. Like,
Go ahead, keep going.
no evidence that Jews were ever in Egypt.
Don't.
So, like,
I watched The Prince of Egypt because that's all the evidence I need.
the game looks great. I kept saying to myself while I was watching, I'm like, looks like a lot of elements that were inspired by Horizon into the game. It seems like they really benefited from that year off. And the fact that it's the Black Flag team,
Yeah.
that makes me even more excited. Because they did a great job with Black Flag. This is the game, I mean, this is the first collector's edition I've ever bought.
Oh, really?
There was no doubt in my mind that I was getting the collector's
What comes
edition.
in the collect? Do you know?
It's just the steelbook. But,
Oh, okay.
like,
People
people always say, like,
or something sweet like that.
show your support with your money.
Anubis character on the back of it, which is pretty sweet.
That is pretty dope.
I'd like to get it, but I can't justify $110 for that edition. As much as I want that steelbook.
So excited.
Somebody will bring it in eventually.
My biggest fear is
When they
because
do.
it's Ubisoft that
I'll take it.
they're going to fuck it up. They're going to fuck up the history. They're going to fuck up just... They're not going to be respectful towards it.
The history is kind of got a lot. Like, yeah, they didn't completely destroy it, but I feel like history in the Assassin's Creed games they're already paying pretty fast and loose. with-
Right, but it's always been kind of acceptable. They've done fast and loose, but it's like, you can go with it. This, I just hope that it's not like all of a sudden, oh, we're going to fucking do all this shit, and it's just going to go way off the rails. And I don't think they'll do that.
There's going to be some modern day stuff in this one.
Right. Finally.
You and me are probably the only people that care about that stuff.
The
modern day?
Yeah.
I prefer the modern day story.
A lot of people hate the modern day stuff. That's why they took it out in the last couple.
I hate the fact that it completely lost focus, and they took it out. Because they had this amazing build-up to the end of Desmond's story arc. And like, oh my god, where are we going to go from here?
Just shit all
And it's
over.
gone, and then you get to Syndicate, and you finally get that back a little bit. And I was super excited when that happened. But, yeah, people just... I don't know. People suck.
That's true. True words have never been spoken.
Sliding down the pyramids. Like, did you see that? That's so fucking cool.
I just like a good origin story. You know?
I like Egypt a lot too. But
And side note,
I
The
tried
Mummy
to get-
is shitting itself in theaters, which makes me happy. So,
Probably go see that tomorrow.
it's made like
That or
$30
Captain
million
Underpants.
in the U.S.
Not enough Brendan Fraser out of 10.
it's in the same universe as the first Mummies.
Is it really?
Is it? So you're telling me there might be a Brendan Fraser?
They don't officially say it, but
So we
They
need
already addressed why he's not in
there's
it.
a library scene in the
He better not be dead.
book from the first three, like falls down and they zoom in on it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, like, have you... Like,
haven't
do
seen
you
the
know...
movie.
Have you ever seen any of the Mummies?
Yeah, watched them all.
So, like, Brendan Fraser's Mummies took place a while ago.
Yeah.
So, like, he'd be dead in this Mummy.
Sir, the whole point of this movie is resurrecting the dead. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
I mean,
Brendan Fraser
right,
is
that's it,
the
take
Mummy.
resurrect Brendan Fraser. He
They could have done that.
super,
He'd be the Mummy.
super mummy powers. No, just to help out. And then he's like, I know what kind of shit this leads to, so I'm going to go back and be dead now.
40s or so, isn't it?
1912 was the first
Was
one.
it 12?
God damn.
So he'd be long dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it would be cool if they brought him back. Just for help Tom Cruise out. Because, Brendan Fraser's not a midget.
So
It seems like Tom Cruise is like super powered in this. So
I mean, yeah. I want to know
Tom Cruise
what
is
that's all
also
about.
a super douche about this movie for some reason.
Like he says it, like what do you mean? Is he making demands similar to the ones that were not met today? Like a bowl of only green Skittles.
discuss this later.
Tom Cruise or my
Yeah,
Skittles?
Come back to it.
but yeah, Assassin's Creed, super pumped.
We're
Actual
gonna talk
eagle
about
vision.
Skittles, too.
Yeah, they're finally utilizing the eagle theme that they've used for every single one.
Really?
A real
take
goddamn
control
eagle.
of
You can send the eagle up and then like scout and like
Did you see
track
any of this fucking press conference?
I thought we were talking about the Mummy still. I genuinely was like, what the fuck? Tom Cruise with an eagle? Like, what is going on?
No, in Assassin's Creed, you have a eagle.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was confused about what we were talking about. That's,
yeah, so this will be awesome. Multiple cities, bringing that back. Can't wait.
I wish I could get as excited as you about them.
I hope that they bring back the collectible system from the first game.
wish I was still a boy.
How so?
I've learned to not get my hopes up for games like that.
I'm fully prepared that I could get crushed with this.
I
It'll be the
accept that I
first
can't.
Assassin's Creed I'll buy since 3.
and I've played most of them, and I enjoyed all of them, regardless. So that's not to say this one won't be good.
You just
But
temper your hopes a
I
lot.
I keep myself right above like this could be really really terrible.
I think I would have learned after No Man's Sky, but and Destiny and SimCity.
So anything else
damn.
from
The last thing I got like super excited like that for was Second Son.
Really,
Second Son was great too.
that was one that I just happened to come by later, and I loved it. But like, I went in with no expectation. Darkest
great.
ending ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Origin. It'd be nice after such a long hiatus. Something fresh. Cuphead has a date. Code Vein was shown off.
They didn't really show
Minecraft,
too much on Code Vein, but
Oh yeah, Minecraft is
It's
cross-platform.
multi-platform.
Except on PlayStation.
We'll get to that.
I don't. Minecraft was.
The Sony portion is going to be wild.
Let's see what else I have here.
The fuck was the Darwin project?
That
That was where like the narrator
remember.
was there, like, or the like
Oh,
sportscaster,
yeah! That super annoyed me.
right?
Super annoying.
I missed whatever that was.
Okay, well that was.
Do you remember?
I didn't watch a lot of it.
It was a lot like Fortnite, kinda,
Okay.
but it's like PvP. But the entire segment was super annoying because it's like they're live playing it, and then this dude pops up on stage, and he's like literally screaming. He's like
He's like Steve Ballmer, like doing
just
this.
screaming into a microphone, like, "What's gonna happen? This is gonna happen. This is it. Holy shit!" And then he's gone.
Yeah,
I kind of want to see
It's
this.
like an esports type thing.
right.
Yeah.
Life is Strange prequel.
That's yeah.
I never played the first one.
Except for that one.
Want to?
I think you'd like it.
I think I have it on PlayStation. I just haven't gotten to
away
it.
for free via.
I think that was it.
Super Lucky's Tale, which looks like a kid version of Conquer.
Totally, like when I saw the tail, I was just like, dude, it's fucking Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Apparently, this was
Part 2.
originally a VR title.
Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah,
Okay.
because this says they're leaving VR behind.
Okay.
I don't know. I was
The
just,
game looks dumb.
yeah, I felt nothing for it when I saw it. I was like, really? It's just someone releases Ukulele and you just think you do whatever the fuck you want now. I think you just go back in time, make old fucking platformers all day.
Or you can't.
You can't do it. Ukulele got away with it just barely.
This I'm kind of excited to talk about. Shadow of War.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they showed some stuff off for that.
That was a lot of fun.
My streaming was like super fucked up when that happened, so like I had to keep like pausing it and unpausing it to make the video go. So I got to the part where like I missed the two orcs fighting like in that arena, and then like it jumped back to like when you're just fucking like shooting the shit with them, pretty much. Like after you already
That's pretty
take
much
them over.
it.
Yeah, but it looked cool. It looks like they're giving them much more personality. I hope that dude is in. Like I hope he's like
he's
an
a
actual
real
character because he's pretty cool. But yeah,
I hope that like that shows that they all kind of have a personality.
they're not just the same character
Right.
over and over again.
Because he was funny as shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, he had me cracking up. Well, I could hear the audio. I just couldn't see the video.
Right.
So
And knowing that it was the guy from Finding Nemo,
Oh yeah.
like Bruce.
yeah,
I just even at that, I'm like this is fucking cool.
Yeah, that would give you more like focus to keep him alive too,
Oh.
because you're creating an army for yourself. So
I hope at one point he's like catches a fish and is just like eating
Well,
fish.
if you saw the fort that they raid at the end, the fortress that they go take
No.
down, when they come up to it, it shows level 89.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, so this is like near end game shit. So obviously this has been a journey. Hopefully he's been along for the ride.
Ori and the Blind Forest as a sequel. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
did you play Ori, Chris?
I did not.
Very, very good. I really
Right.
liked it. It honestly, at one point, like, it choked me up a little bit. I didn't expect like there's like a twist in it that I was
I've
like,
heard great things.
it's very good.
It's just one of many things that I haven't gotten to.
Ori's actually Adrian's long lost dad. He was like,
Damn, dude.
The frog?
That dude doesn't lift enough to beat my dad. Huh?
The frog?
"You've been at Walmart for
They showed
18
up for
years."
frog. Oh, I never mind. Okay, I'm done.
Alright, last thing,
Anthem.
Anthem. It's what Destiny should have been.
I love the tears from the Mass Effect community about this game. Have you seen
I haven't
any
seen
of that?
anything. I don't follow the Mass Effect community.
They
I'm not
are
part of it.
Fucking livid.
Why?
Because obviously that this was BioWare's priority these past couple years, and that they gave
Oh, it's probably dead.
They had
his
a-
cup now.
like they had a ragtag team work on Mass Effect that didn't give a shit about it, and their primary team was working on Anthem. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's how a lot of things go.
That's what they get as a community in the first place, because they're one of those ravenous communities that refuse to let games die that
Super
need to
elite.
die.
elitists.
Yeah, I don't want to be shitty about it, but
And-
Mass Effect ran its course, and if they would have just let it be like it should have been, they wouldn't have. It sounds, like I said, it sounds shitty, but they wouldn't have made Andromeda. You wouldn't have had to be disappointed in Andromeda, and then you would have had Anthem, and you would have been stoked for it. But instead, you forced them, you strong-armed the company that you're so loyal to make a game that they didn't even want to make, and then you got pissed at them because they weren't really feeling it.
And they never claimed that their core team was working on Mass Effect.
No.
It was never
So-
brought to light or anything like that. So.
This Anthem game looks stunning.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
No,
Yeah.
that it's
Graphically, it looks like it plays really cool.
yeah.
It's definitely Destiny.
Yeah, flying, going underwater,
That was
lush
really cool.
environments.
I'm all about like actual free, like open world, but actually having the ability to actually explore that open world.
Yeah,
It's not the same, but it's like how I feel about like the Hulk games. Like I like to be able to explore the whole world. I don't like to be tied down by the fact that my character is supposed to be like this super being that can only jump like 3 feet in the air and can't climb objects.
Andromeda had some of that exploration, but the world was very
Blah.
Yeah.
bland, and there really wasn't anything to explore.
I feel like this game's gonna live and die in the gunplay, though.
I don't know, that flight. This is weird, but like a lot of people really get into flight
The
like
flying
that.
aspect.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
there
cool,
was,
but
like-
like at the end of the day, there's encounters and battles that you have to do.
I mean, the game's primarily going to be
Who cares about
an
those
action
encounters
title.
if you can just fly away?
Well,
Can I
And never progress.
use those thrusters as a weapon? This is totally serious.
that is like a legitimate because like no one
Like,
ever
can I just fucking like grab somebody's face and burn it off
this is
with my
fucking
thrusters?
Mortal Kombat.
Like,
This is how people end up disappointed.
The shooting looks good. It's a third-person shooter though, so there's going to be some clunkiness to it. But
It reminds me of Mass Effect.
yeah, Andromeda's shooting was very, very competent. That's probably one of the better things about that game. And this one looks Good. But again, this is the first time we've seen it. It was an isolated trailer / gameplay, so...
it's a fall 2018 game. It's a long way out.
Long way out.
At this point, Destiny was a different game at E3 than it was when it released, so... This is one of those where I'm definitely going to go in with my hopes very low. And hope I'm surprised.
Is there anything else for Microsoft, or are we jumping to Bethesda?
Can we agree that Bethesda should not do E3?
Can we agree that... What the fuck was that?
That was the biggest waste of my time.
Last thing about Microsoft. Do you want to talk about the exclusive type thing?
What about it?
Just...
Oh, because you were chomping at the bit when we were talking about 22 exclusives and 42 games. And...
Sony did the same thing, though. Like, Sony's done the same thing where they say, like, tons of exclusives, and a lot of them are, like, timed or...
Are you going to bring up the fact that most of them are PC exclusives as well?
I think we've done that in the past already with Microsoft.
Yeah, we beat that to death.
Okay, so...
Can we agree that there's really no reason to have the X?
Yeah.
They didn't give a really good reason to want this system.
Very similarly
like
to the PS4
argument.
Pro, though.
I don't like the argument that... And see, this is where my argument comes in. PS4 Pro came out, and they were like, it'll make your games look better. Everything that they talked about, everything, plays better on the Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
Plays better on the Xbox One X. Shows how good it can be on the Xbox One X. Like, they're pushing it.
I think like
there wasn't really any marketing or anything for the Pro.
I
remember.
The biggest selling point on the Xbox One X is the fact that it has a 4K Blu-ray player.
I think it's weird that it's irrelevant that they even put that games and stuff play better on that. I feel like that should kind of just be implied, obviously, just by seeing the specs and stuff. But the fact that they're pushing it so hard, like they could,
because there's people. Not everyone is us, so they're going to be like, "Oh, well, does it make my fucking
playing to the
Xbox
lowest denominator
games look good, and my Xbox 360? Do they all look better?"
It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM. What the fuck do you think it does? Like, honestly,
everything the best.
All
12 gigabytes, is that more than 12 megabytes?
I'll give it to the Pro that
gigabyte.
It helps improve the VR experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something
that's why I got the Pro.
Right. Whereas the X, they didn't give you a good reason to want it other than 4Ks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at least the Pro has something other than that selling point.
But how are you going to really get a selling point on these things when you're not allowing games to be exclusive for the console?
Right. That's a problem for both.
Right. That's something they need to figure out. If they're going to do these mid-generation upgrades, they need to work that out.
And I think both of them are waiting for one or the other to do that, so then they can start doing that.
So let them take the fall on it, and
or at least work out the kinks.
Test grounds. Like,
yeah.
Put out one for this system, see how the reaction is, and then be like, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it on both still.
Really quick, let me just say, I don't see an issue with not being able to play a game with people who are on Xbox.
What do you mean?
Because everyone is up in arms because Sony said that they're not going to do cross-platform.
We're not there yet. That'll be the Sony portion.
Okay.
Bitch boy.
Okay. We got a lot. But because we forgot something.
The backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Oh God! Can we?
3 generations of Xbox.
Which is funny because 2 days before their conference, it was 1% of time that Xboxes are on is used playing backwards compatible titles.
That article was already proven false.
I know
Really?
because Joey has memorized this fact.
Xbox came out and refuted it and said that the API that they took all that from, all the numbers, only showed a portion of the data, and they broke down how that's not the case. Vaughn, I saw your little chat moment.
Yeah.
Really, there's only 2 games that I care about being backwards compatible.
Is it Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Red Dead Redemption?
Fuck off.
Is it Red Dead Redemption's already backwards compatible?
Yeah, he said that there's only 2 games that he cares
Kung Fu
about.
Chaos.
What the fuck?
Make it 3.
Sneak King.
Make it 4.
Sneak Peek could be backwards compatible, and that's it. And I'd be okay with
Kung
that.
Fu Chaos. I don't care if you don't know what that is, but it's like an old party game back when, Microsoft used to give a fuck about people trying to play games with each other.
Fusion Frenzy.
Fusion Frenzy was another one of mine. Fucking Jade Empire.
What did I just... Oh, I got that on PC through Origin Access. Game runs like shit.
Oh yeah, but
Like, I can't even play.
Well, not that I would actually care, but if I were to, for whatever reason, be like, man, I want to play a game super fucking old and probably runs like shit, I would probably pick one that runs a little less like shit than most of the other ones.
I'm super excited for the Xbox backwards compatibility, but I feel like it's going to be very disappointing in that most of the games that we want to be backwards compatible won't be backwards compatible.
Like what
the Star Wars games probably. They'll never make Battlefront 1 and 2 backwards compatible. Because then Battlefront 2 will never sell.
Like what games really are there on the Xbox that are worth going back to?
I would love to see both Knights of the Old Republics
Fair.
backwards compatible.
Didn't play them, so that's the only reason they weren't on my list, but I assume they would be on yours.
That one they could do safely. Spider-Man 2, they'll never do.
I feel like they won't do a lot of these games.
And that's what I'm saying. They'll never do these things. And these are the games people
Didn't
want.
they say, like, when they announced backwards compatibility that it would eventually be the whole library?
Mm-mm.
They
They
didn't
said
say
it was
that?
up to the publishers. Microsoft worded it very well to put the blame off of them, and that if the game didn't come in backwards compatibility, it was the publisher's fault. And people noticed, because people went after the publishers for it.
We're always working with our partners to secure more backwards compatibility.
Because Microsoft, when they announced it, they were like, the games are ready, essentially now. It's up to the publisher to say, because the game's like just worked. It's like Apple.
I just... If I wanted to play an Xbox 360 game, I'll just buy an Xbox 360. You don't buy a next-gen console to play.
We're not talking about the
Last-gen
360.
consoles.
Talk about original Xbox.
We're talking about the original fucking Xbox.
Right, so
Wake
like,
up.
how much does an original Xbox cost now? The Xbox 360 was backwards compatible to the original Xbox.
Mhm.
So couldn't you just buy an Xbox
Well, it was
360?
backwards compatible with most games.
Was it most? I thought it was like very few.
It was like the
ones that mattered.
It was the ones that mattered, but there were still issues in
What do
those
they all
games,
matter
too.
to me?
It wasn't a perfect emulation.
Like Fable. Fable worked.
Fucking Fable. Even the remaster was shit.
I really
But like
Fable.
people are under this ridiculous thought that Halo 1 and 2 are going to be backwards compatible.
And that won't happen.
They released the Master Chief Collection. That's where I'll
that's the thing.
I won't be an ass on that one. They released the goddamn Master Chief Collection.
They was like, it's a disaster. It's like,
But
fuck off.
You're a disaster.
To be fair, they came out with the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and didn't they make Gears of War 1 backwards compatible?
All of them are.
I think that was just but that wasn't that prior to the Ultimate Collection?
No, the Ultimate Edition came out with 2, 3, and Judgment in it, and then that's when they went all backwards compatible. What else?
Well, no, because the Ultimate came out. Is that when they went backwards compatible?
I want
Are you
Blazing
sure?
Angels. That
There's
old
some
combat
thing.
flying game.
Oh, dude,
Blazing
On the original
Angels.
Xbox,
I was
it's
surprised when they. Wait, no, that was Crimson Skies. Is what the one.
Crimson
that they were
Skies
talking
is
about.
the only one they've confirmed.
I didn't realize that game was
How long?
important enough of a title.
How long is it
to-
going to take them to make these titles backwards compatible?
I mean, there's like 15 games in the
It's
Xbox, so
long.
not very long.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's like, motherfucker, run.
They shut that shit down quicker than anything.
He's
The
not
console
wrong.
was out for 5 years.
Which
Before-
is like a drop in the water compared to most console life cycles. I'm just saying.
I mean,
God damn it.
I have no objections to this.
I'd say the same thing about PS2, but there's legit classics on the PS2.
The difference being, Xbox
Halo 2,
and
okay.
I've brought this up before. Microsoft has not shown any fucks given about the Xbox. They've come out and make public statements saying that the Xbox is kind of like their pet project, but they really don't give a fuck about it. They don't say those exact words, but they made that clear. They don't care about their system, their console, as much as Sony does. And the Xbox, the original, was essentially like a test bed for just kind of dipping their foot in the water of like console gaming. And I think realistically, they didn't expect it to be do as well as it did. They didn't expect it to have such a good reception. So,
Psychonauts,
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden.
I don't know. I recall Joey playing Psychonauts and being not so pleased with
Psychonauts was on PS2 as well.
what he got. Well, I'm just saying in general, in
Now.
terms of wanting
Now.
that game.
I was gonna
Now.
say, yeah. Nowadays, going
It's
back
terrible.
to that. Oh boy.
Back in the day, it was a fun game.
Fun fact: neither of the Knights of the Old Republic games were on PlayStation. I just realized that recently. So, anyways,
I'm just saying, there's original Xbox backs compatibility.
Yeah, no one cares. I didn't think it was.
options to the gamer.
You can play the games you already own. Who the fuck still has an original Xbox?
Okay, they said that you could theoretically now, when this
At
launches,
his face.
they came out and said that you could have somebody with an Xbox One X, somebody with a 360, and somebody with an original Xbox. You can
all play the same
link.
games
You
online.
can system link them all together, and play them all together. Play the same game all together on 3 generations of consoles.
Joey doesn't know what it's like to have friends, so
That's pretty cool, though.
he can't do that. I think it's cool.
Whether or not you'll use it is irrelevant. They're giving options.
They just want
giving
it on their checklist. Another feather in the cap.
options to the gamers, which is part of what I'm going to tear into Sony for. So, Bethesda,
Bethesda will be a quick little.
the what the fuck special night, just like their
Probably
conference.
just blow through this so we can get to Sony Nintendo because we're already at an hour.
Bethesda
15.
did this weird
damn.
Bethesda land shit. Super weird, super annoying. Very out of nowhere.
Nuts. It was not me.
I don't want Bethesda to stop doing what they do because they are good at. They show you what's coming out, and when they say what's coming out, it comes out that year. So if they keep doing that type of stuff, that's okay because we're in an industry where they're all about pre-orders and showing us games that are not ready.
Like, Bethesda's first year of this shit was awesome. Why did they drop it? They had a great first Bethesda E3 conference 2 years ago. Or, not 2 years ago. Last year.
What was great about it? This isn't me being an asshole about Bethesda.
No,
I just want to know.
They came out, they did the standard format that everyone else does.
Yeah.
But they came out, they showed off shit that was coming out this year. They were real about everything. You know, Todd Howard came out to show off Fallout Shelter and was like, you know, these mobile games are gimmicks. He goes, and this is a gimmick too, but it's the best fucking one out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and it comes out tonight. Like, that's the kind of shit that, like, you're speaking to your audience, you know who you're talking to, and, you know, you're just showing off really cool shit. Like, last year when they showed off the VR stuff, it's like, this is really fucking cool.
So I read something online that since this was like the first year that it was open to the public, they went for less of like a stereotypical format where it's like they show off a thing and then somebody comes out and talks for 5 minutes. They show off another thing, the same deal. They wanted it to be more showy, so then like people would be more interested because it's not just a bunch of journalists like writing down what they're saying. I get that.
They already have the conference that people would probably be most interested for.
The shit that they did was just super weird. It's like, welcome to Bethesda Land, where all we do is crank out Skyrim 30 times.
I think it's because they don't have anything to show. Part of this came down to they
Like-
have nothing to show.
Realistically,
And that comes with the territory of
yeah.
a year-to-year type thing.
And they're a
Realistically,
publisher.
the stuff that they did show,
Like,
pretty strong. Like, I would argue that, you know, Evil Within is Evil Within. And I really enjoyed the first game, but the more I played it, the more I was like, this game's pissing me off.
Dude, every
because the
time I
story
ask
makes-
about that game, you say don't play it.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
No,
Yeah.
you said you really liked it when you
I
first...
said, dude, I literally just said, when I started the game, I really liked it, but the
Yeah.
more I played it... Were you not listening?
Yeah, I was listening.
Oh my fucking god. I said the more I played it, the less I liked it.
Yeah, maybe...
Literally just said that.
Maybe my reasons wouldn't be the same as yours. It's a proven fact that your reasons for not liking things...
Regardless, doesn't matter.
so anyways, yeah.
Evil Within 2 was a strong reveal. The trailer was very Death Stranding.
Yes.
That's the feel I got from it. Dishonored is huge for me. I feel like Doom was a huge miss because
Doom
it's
VFR?
like, yeah,
I felt like that was a huge win because I wasn't expecting it.
You're
In
also
terms
more
of
invested
VR.
in VR than
Yeah. I don't know. And the fact that it is coming out on PlayStation is really cool.
And then New Colossus, which we all knew was coming. The fact that it got announced was cool. The trailer was
What?
pretty cool. Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. That was them, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah. That'll be cool. And then
I didn't
they showed
really
off
like the
Fallout
cold
VR.
open to the trailer.
Fuck that.
The cold open to the trailer, like the Liesel stuff. I was like,
I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. It was weird.
Did you not play the
I
first?
never played Wolfenstein.
super good game.
It is very good.
So yeah, that was Bethesda. I hope they fix it for next year.
Did any of us really? I know us three didn't. Did you watch Ubisoft? We watched it for like what, 5 minutes?
I watched it the best I could on my way to Michigan, and I had to stream, but there were dead
Crew
spots.
2, Far Cry 5, Steep DLC, more Assassin's Creed gameplay. That's it.
Okay, the Crew 2's got fine stuff. Super excited.
Yeah.
Steep. I'm a sucker for anything Olympics. It'll be
yeah.
nice to get proper Olympics content into a game for the first time forever. Skull and Bones.
Oh yeah. The
Fuck yes.
ship sailing portion of Assassin's Creed is now its own game.
Exactly. Super pumped about that. That one's 2018 though.
We got pirate thing, Chris. I don't know if you've addressed that openly before.
Yeah.
Okay.
South Park looks
Coming full
Oh,
circle.
yeah, I forgot. That's
South Park looks like a lot of fun. Beyond Good and Evil, I never played the first one,
First one's good.
so I don't know.
There's 1,045 games on the original Xbox.
So they got shit to port.
There's 2,500 on the PS2.
Fuck
Just saying.
you.
Let's go on to the next one.
God damn it.
I was surprised by that amount.
Anything else in Ubisoft?
Really?
I
We showed off more Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
I felt a little. I was aware at the end when everybody got on stage, knowing what's going on with Ubisoft, and that they're kind of fighting for their solidarity with Vivendi trying to take them over. Seeing everybody on stage at the end and knowing this guy Eves.
The DLC podcast I listened to talked about that too. It seemed like please give us money for
This could be it. But when I see Eves on stage, I have no doubt that he's passionate about this and that he means well. So, and to see what's happening to them is super shitty.
right.
That they could be taken over like that. So it was kind of a little emotional. Can we talk about the first 15 minutes of bullshit of the Ubisoft conference though?
Yeah.
The Rabbids.
Oh, the Mario,
With Mario.
Rabbids thing?
I get it.
figured we wait for the Nintendo portion to talk about Mario.
It was cool if it would have been half as long.
Yeah.
Yes.
That took way too long. That was 15 minutes.
Okay, I thought you were just going to shit on it because it's like Mario Rabbids crossover. As I say,
It looks really cool.
I was going to say, I feel like it's going to be cool.
It looks really cool. And the
It's
more
an XCOM
gameplay they showed off, I'm like, oh, this is
What's
kind
that?
of
It's an
deep.
XCOM game, but with Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, and the
It's
more
better
they
than
showed
the
off,
usual Mario content.
the more they showed off how deep it could get in the gameplay, and I'm like, this is really cool. And they kept going. And it's just like, God damn it. That, and it seems like Miyamoto goes off script a lot, because I feel like he talks more than they want him to.
He's almost dead anyway, so they're like, whatever.
It's hard to stop a man from talking
Looks
when
good
you really
for
don't
being
know what he's
almost
saying.
Oh yeah. Asians look great being old.
They age very well.
Yeah.
They don't age at all.
Sony?
Sony. What
Very-
did you want to talk about?
Artsy show this year.
They usually do.
What the fuck was up with
The
the...
Days Gone Zombie thing?
That was weird.
Where
super weird.
was that the one where they had the people hanging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Just-
trying to be interesting, and it was just fucking pointless and stupid.
They
I
do weird
feel
stuff
like
every
this plays into the whole idea that I've got about Sony lately. That it's this pretentious company.
You got pretension.
They know they're winning. They act like they're winning. And they treat everything they do like they're of a higher order than everybody else.
Does any other company not do that?
I think it's just the fact that they're not even discreet about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, when what was it? When the PS4 came out, the tagline was, greatness awaits. But it was like, what was it, for the gamers or something like that. Mm-hmm. And everything was really tight because they were responding to Microsoft. How everything was geared for the gamers. Mm-hmm. And I would say 4 years later, that is not the overarching case of their business model anymore. This bullshit excuse that they're using for not having crossplay on their games with Nintendo and Microsoft and all that, you've had a year and a half to figure out a better line than, we need to protect the kids. If Nintendo's fucking allowing crossplay on their consoles, you need a better excuse than we need to protect the kids on our console. Or their console, whatever.
Do you think it could just be because Nintendo's not doing very well?
Because
Nintendo needs...
Sony has nothing to gain from it. Sony has nothing to gain. Microsoft has a lot to gain from it. And it's really just them wanting to twist the vice grips on the fact that they're winning this generation. It's EA Access. You come out and say, well, it doesn't offer good value to our gamers. Let us decide that. If the gamers don't feel like it offers a good value, they won't buy it. That's the free market, right?
Yeah.
You're wasting resources though at that point. But
it's not their resources, it's EA's resources. Give us the option. That is a pure move because of PS Now. Because they've got their own service. That's not doing particularly well. But this just, it doesn't seem like they're acting in the interest of what the gamers want. They're acting in the interest of what they need as a business, which I get, they're a business. But at the same time, like, it is very much, you see Xbox coming around and, like, they're all about righting their wrongs. And they're very gamer focused. And then Sony's just there. They don't communicate shit when things go wrong. Like, even the buying tickets for this event. Sony should have responded much sooner than they did. Figured, like, at least communicate.
Yeah,
anytime shit goes wrong with Sony, they never communicate. And the Destiny stuff. What they're doing with their marketing rights over Destiny and exclusive rights is super shitty. Xbox gamers still don't have the PlayStation exclusive items from year one of Destiny because Sony keeps extending the rights. They were told that they would get it 1 year after the game launched. It's still not. They're still not getting it. And they're essentially have been told they're not going to get it. And they're going in Destiny 2 and saying, well, you'll get it in 2018. Fuck if they're going to believe that. And they come out with this release date and everyone's like, is this a Sony exclusive release date? It's not. It's a console release date. They moved it up 2 days. But, like, getting all these strikes, and they're getting legit content on PlayStation that Xbox is not getting. Which is shitty in its own right, but it's like, they're just...
the exclusive thing nowadays.
Yeah. I mean...
Like, if you have the money, and you
get exclusive content for...
Look at Apple and Google.
Assassin's Creed, for pre-ordering that, or whatever. It's kind of the same deal.
For pre-ordering, but
not saying that you...
all the consoles get it.
I mean, there's stuff in the past that Xbox has got that Microsoft or Sony hasn't.
But they brought up a good point. If you look, never since Phil Spencer took over Xbox, that shit ended when Don Matrick left. Phil's been very consistent about that. And it is a gamer-focused idea of not withholding content from... I can argue they withheld a full-fledged game for a year.
there shouldn't be exclusives anywhere then.
Right, and that's the thing of like exclusives hurt the industry.
Yeah.
But like just Sony very much, I feel like they're just so obvious with their idea behind everything. It's a little off-putting. Even as a person, like I main on PlayStation, but like it's off-putting to me because even the things like I want, we get fucked over on, like EA Access and crossplay. So,
what would you play crossplay on?
That's what I was just going to ask.
I just have more freedom to go between the consoles.
Is it
if I
just
want.
about having that ability?
Having the ability, if like I have EA Access on Xbox, I get a discount on Xbox. So like I can play the 10 hours of Madden early and then get a discount on it when it comes out. But I have to do 10 hours on the trial of Madden, and then if I want to play it, buy it on PlayStation. Lose all the progress I made. Don't get the discount. Because if I buy it on Xbox, I can't play with PlayStation players. I can't play with my friends.
And it's easy for us to say these things because we're not in those meetings being held and whatnot. So there may be a legit reason why they can't do it.
It's the shareholders, I guarantee it.
Yeah, and who knows what exclusivity Microsoft has with EA Access.
I'd say there's also potentially like they've had like such a checkered past with like their service being hacked that they're just protecting themselves at this point.
How does crossplay affect that, though?
They're just opening themselves up for more whatever from different angles. Someone from PC can get onto their servers.
I feel like that's them not being confident in their infrastructure that they built. Because if you were confident
do they
that
really
you have
to
it,
be though? I mean, like
They should be.
they should. Yeah, they should be.
They could just say like,
How long did
exactly
it take
what
them
they're
to put
saying right now.
two-factor authentication into the system? I mean,
Okay.
they could continue to just do what they're doing now, and it shows their lack of, I guess, empathy towards people who do want that.
I just feel they're very tone deaf recently.
And they also
They've always been tone deaf.
say a lot that like people wouldn't use it because that was the argument with backwards compatibility. I mean, there's people who want backwards compatibility on PlayStation,
I feel like if there was
But-
one system that would really use it, it would be PlayStation. Like I feel like.
but they just put the games out to buy. They
And
just-
I understand if it really is a problem with the hardware because PS3 was so different.
Mhm.
I can accept that.
Yeah.
But then put more focus into your PS Now service, into making it affordable, making it reliable. Do the Game Pass shit that
just put out
Xbox
the
is doing,
games.
so you can download it.
just put out the games like they've been doing, but cheaper. Like, I don't want to buy a PS1 game for $20. Like,
Right. And yeah.
I feel like they weren't even $20 when they first came out. I'm sure they were more expensive than that, but it's like that was a billion years ago. Why do I want to pay $20 for fucking Parappa the Rappa? Like,
But it
so
just
good.
but
it kind of came
then
across as they come out and they start with this really artsy showing, and it just comes off as pretentious and out of place. And then Sean Layden only comes out twice, and I know it's because they want to show content, they want to show games, but they only went 60 minutes. They could have had more interaction.
I feel like it
And-
wasn't even a full 60 minutes. I feel like it ended after like 52.
That's so specific.
Well, because I looked at my phone and was like, oh shit, the show's over. And
Oh.
I remember looking at it and being like, it's 9:52.
Yeah. Yeah, so... And they didn't necessarily show off a lot. They weren't packed in their show.
That was my
By
biggest
any
issue
means.
with it. I feel like for the stuff that they did show, I
They
wanted
just-
to see more.
Yeah, they just showed off stuff that they announced last year, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a
Show
bad thing.
some new stuff, but we also have Tokyo Game Show and their PlayStation Experience thing.
And that's the thing. They have so many things that they announce now. Or so many things that they announce at.
Right.
But I also know that because of, like, the content that was in this show, I'm not a big Japanese game fan. I know that next year is going to be super heavy with the Japanese games just because of what they didn't talk about this year. They're going to have to talk about next year. So I'm probably not going to be very invested in their E3 next year.
I was a little disappointed that like everything that they announced last year isn't coming out this year. Mostly
They have that problem.
God of War and The Amazing Spider-Man.
Everyone seems
Not
to
The
be
Amazing
moving
Spider-Man,
more towards
just
this
Spider-Man.
show us what we're getting this year model. Microsoft included. They showed a lot of this year stuff. Sony has always consistently been far-reaching, like thinking far-reaching stuff.
I don't remember seeing a date on Days Gone, so
There wasn't one.
that could be
No date on
that
Detroit.
could potentially be
How the fuck does that happen?
later than 2018.
How the fuck does Detroit not have a date?
I feel like Detroit looked a lot better than it did last year.
It did. And then David Cage comes out and goes, all of it's there, we just need to pull it together. Pull it the fuck together. Is that going to take you 2 years? Like, do you think you cannot do this in a year? Like, it is David Cage, but like... Okay, so let's go through the conference.
I don't know. I feel like we're promoting almost rushing content, though. You just have to be careful. It's a fine line you walk right there, where you want something now.
I don't think it's that so much as just like we all saw that stuff last year, and we were all like super excited.
But
for
you
it
don't
last
know
year.
how far along it was in the process.
Right.
So to just assume because they showed you some content last year, it had any...
I don't think it's an assumption more so like we saw that stuff last year and we got excited for it, and this year we expected to get excited for a bunch of stuff.
Details about it.
I just expected stuff to like be excited over, and it was just like, here's gameplay tidbits, and that's pretty much it. It was all gameplay, and then Detroit.
My issue wasn't the fact that they were showing us the same stuff that we saw last year. It was that they weren't showing us anything different than what we like in terms of within the realms of those games. They weren't showing me things that I hadn't already seen.
Right.
So if they would have showed me at least different aspects of those games, like I didn't give a shit about Days Gone, the fact that I can pick up traps and lay them somewhere else, or that the fact that those things are attracted to sound. That kind of had an assumption.
Bit was
piss poor. It really didn't show me anything else about that game that I didn't already know or assume from
God of War
what I
stuff
saw
was
last
cool.
year. God of War is just cool.
God of War got me super excited for that game.
That was one of the instances where they definitely showed how different this game is going to be. And I'm so ridiculously excited for that game. Early 2018.
The world snake looks fucking disgusting.
It's a giant
Good or bad?
snake that eats the world. I don't know.
Good.
I mean, good in a bad way. Like, he's got a fucking beard.
Okay. I thought you meant, like, looked bad.
No, not bad in that.
Not bad in like a he looks awful, but bad in like a that thing looks fucking gross.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that game is just... And kind of this whole thing of... I feel like we're proving why Sony doesn't listen to the community as much, because we complain about all this shit, but everything they release prints money. Because they're releasing good games, and their model's working. Whatever they're doing is working.
Good games take time.
And that's it.
So I'm not going to complain about release dates. I'm disappointed that I can't play it sooner, but I totally understand that stuff takes longer to do.
Spider-Man looks great.
I think
Mr. Negative is a cool villain choice.
I think the overkill is the people who were expecting to see Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah,
I didn't think there was a
people.
prayer of seeing Last of Us 2, and part of it is because Uncharted Lost Legacy is coming out, and the other part of it is they flat out said this game is in very early development.
There's a small team working on Last of Us 2,
Right.
so that the main team can finish Legacy, and once it's done, they're going to go back and start working on Last of Us 2.
So Last of Us 2 might not even be out until 2019.
I wouldn't expect it before then at all. I wouldn't expect
Probably
to see
like
anything
March of 2019.
more about it until
I don't know.
next E3.
I can't really say.
Right. I'm early into Horizon, but I think the DLC looks exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me excited for...
I wish I could have heard
More
any
stuff.
of that when we were there. So
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Lost Legacy looks great.
Yeah.
We already know that that's going to be good, though, right?
Uncharted.
Days Gone, I could care less about.
I was excited for it when I first saw it.
I just want more story.
Yeah.
Like, we know how the gameplay's going to play.
Yep.
At least as far as they've shown. They've talked about more enemies. There's different varieties of humans. There's kids that are mutated. There's wolves, and there's bears.
Fuck yeah. Lions and tigers and children.
I don't even know if that fucking bear was
Yeah, that bear was
mutated or was just a
gross
fucking
looking.
big bear. It looked like it was wrapped in barbed wire.
absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, it just looked like a bear that a bunch of people tried to kill and obviously failed. So, I hope there's just one of him. Because there's one bear in the whole game and everybody knows who he is.
Shadow of the Colossus.
It was surprising.
A full remake.
Yeah.
Not even a remaster.
It's probably in the Last Guardian engine.
They held that one really close, though. To the chest.
Probably actually play Shadow of the Colossus now.
I'm excited. Right?
I'm not going to play that.
If you played Shadow of the Colossus, like if you got it for PS3 and played it, would you still buy it for the PS4 as a remake? Well, you haven't played it, so I guess you wouldn't know if you like it or not. But
New control system.
Did they say that?
Yep. They're going to offer both options.
I might play it again then.
It seems to be the biggest hang-up with people with this game.
I'll probably play it. I haven't played it since PS2, so I beat it when I was a kid. So
Joke's on you, it's going to be the
Ever.
Last Guardian's control system.
I got used to that one.
don't know what that means either.
The control system was pretty frustrating from.
I don't know if I want to try to play it.
I didn't play The Last Guardian.
Are you going to play the fucking game?
I never said I was gonna play that game.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
What game?
We'll find the tape.
I know I said I'd play Resident Evil, and I haven't done that. So I will.
Yeah, that. But you said you were going to play Last Guardian.
I'll play it. I got nothing against Last Guardian. I'll play it.
Alright, so what about their PSVR segment?
Some good games.
Like a third of the conference.
Fucking what's the
Super hot.
dude?
Super hot.
Super
We're just like
hot.
I'm super.
Super
excited. I'm gonna do some
Same
crazy
here.
shit in
Hot.
that game.
Oh, dude, you're just.
I
I would
watched
watch
a
streams
play
of that forever. That's like if you were the real John Wick, the
Do
game.
some crazy shit.
Like, dodging bullets.
I would get a
that
VR.
game,
I would get a VR for that game.
There are certain levels that are longer than others. So once you kill the people, you like transport you into their spot. I'm gonna kill someone and then throw the gun. And when I appear over there, I'll catch the gun and then
Oh my god.
crazy shit.
It's gonna be the craziest fucking game.
When they first announced it on VR, like a while ago, I was like, oh, it comes to the PlayStation. So I was super excited for this.
The Impatient.
That looks interesting.
Apparently it's an Until Dawn
Prequel.
prequel.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
That's really neat.
I knew it.
it was pretty cool.
That's really neat.
There's a Tron-like game, which is whatever. With the shields on the arms and
Yes.
that Moss. Where he plays a little rat thing.
hmm
Yeah, that didn't really.
You ready?
Are you ready?
The greatest
Nintendo
fucking
conference
thing.
was-
the greatest fucking thing to ever happen. Skyrim VR.
Jesus fucking Christ.
If there was one re-release that this game deserved, it's this.
Doesn't deserve anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
You just constantly are like being abused by things, and you're like, oh, I still love
It
you.
deserves a coffin.
Oh,
I've loved Skyrim since day one.
dude, it'll just bust out of the coffin.
I
and be a
play
killer.
Skyrim much differently,
Just doesn't
but
fucking
like,
stop.
Skyrim with zombies.
like
Oh,
I
yeah.
already know how this is gonna go down. I'm gonna go up to the mountains. I'm gonna buy my plot of land. I'm gonna build my house, and I'm gonna have that chair outside of my house,
He's just gonna die.
and I'm gonna sit in the chair and watch the sunsets and everything, and just sit there because that's how I play Skyrim now.
And then fall through the mountain, and then
Jump off the mountain.
auto saved you
Have
in
a-
the mountain, and you won't be able to get out, and you have to start over again. And then
Have a-
like, I can beat this game in 2 hours. I might as well just do this.
Have a fucking heart attack. Yeah,
On
I
the
would
mountain,
just.
stab those elders, get your shouts, go kill the main dragon, pin him to the ground to yell, kill him, and then watch the credits roll and be like, I can't wait to play this in 3 months when they re-release it.
Dude, I would just.
I'm gonna do that now.
Miserable fuck.
I would just let the giants fucking hit me so it could be like the power tower over and over again.
1,000. That's all. That's all.
Okay, so you cannot deny, though, that this is the type of game and experience that VR needs. A full-fledged open-world RPG that has theoretically hundreds of hours. I mean, your full open-world experience.
Yes.
RPG
Full
set.
games with not like a pinned-on VR thing like Call of Duty does or Tomb Raider does, like a full VR game.
Right.
Yes, I agree that more of that needs to happen. 2 new games. I would agree. New games need that. Not
It's more understandable if they did it with
not
Fallout.
shit that's made with a TI-83 calculator.
You can play fucking Doom on that, so you watch yourself. You can download the original Doom on a
What do you have
TI-83.
against Skyrim?
He had nothing against the original Skyrim.
What do you have for Skyrim?
He had nothing against the original Skyrim.
Because I've been playing the game for 6 years.
So why do you want it again?
I still have not done nearly everything in the game.
Because you can't.
Yeah. At
Because
what point?
I
At what
always
point are you
find
just
He's a
playing?
other things
madman.
to do.
He's
Fun
a
shit to
delusional
do.
psychopath.
But okay. So
My only argument is how many times are we releasing this game? I played Skyrim to the end.
Resident Evil 4 got ported 11 times.
I played it only
It's a
once.
No one's talking
He
about
deserved
it.
it every single time. Because every time,
Oh no, I made
Leon's hair got better.
I made
Every
4 or 5
single
instances
time.
Yeah.
being released again.
Like,
Every time. The foot.
people do say.
how many
stuff about
times has
though.
it really been re-released?
Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Once on the 360 and PS3,
It was released then.
and
Okay.
then it was released again.
Their game of the
On
year.
the, yeah.
Well, okay, Game of the Year doesn't count because most games get a Game of the Year edition. That is simply bundling all of the content. That doesn't count.
All right. I guess
Okay?
I'm totally gonna disagree because
PS4,
some
Xbox
people,
One.
Bought the DLC separately. It's still a second release, is all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, we'll count it then even. Okay?
Because I'm pretty sure they
PS4
released it at $60.
Well, yeah, but that's what most games do, is they re-release their Game of the Year
at
edition at full. Okay, PS4, Xbox One. Okay. Does Switch count?
Yeah.
Because technically it was
Yes, it
never
does.
on a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
Okay, 4. And then VR.
Do we know if this is a completely separate?
It's a $60 release.
Fuck my ass. It's not even an update. If you
Nope.
have the specialist, fuck you.
I don't understand because
Fuck me.
hold on. Rewind.
Fallout is also a $60 release. on
Damn
VR.
it.
It's fucked up. Fuck me dead.
That's super fucked up. Incredibly fucked
That is
up.
a good one. That works
I
good.
think Doom is 20.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
very acceptable.
I think Doom is 20.
Ideally,
Because it's not the full game.
Okay, yes. If you're Doom, I can let slide. It would have been nice to have it just like an update, but I know like that type of stuff is unheard of nowadays.
Right.
$20, new content, VR. Okay. You're gonna,
$60 for the exact same game.
You're gonna sit me down and pop a squat over my mouth and be like, "Here comes Skyrim," and just explode over my mouth.
And I'm going to buy it.
Fuck you.
I'm not going to
And
hesitate.
I feel bad.
This doesn't help my argument. I bought Skyrim on the day it launched on Xbox 360.
Same.
Okay, I couldn't afford that one without doing the collector's thing because that would have been my first ever collector's edition, but I couldn't afford it at the time. I bought it then. I bought it later on PS3.
Statue is more stable in the game.
I bought it later on PS3, and that was an unplayable shit show.
I agree.
Okay. And then I bought it on PC because I wanted the mods, the modding community. It was on sale on the Steam sale. Bought it on PC. The Legendary Edition. And then I bought the Elder Scrolls Anthology, which was all of the games
you
wrapped
count
into the
that?
bundle on
Does
PC.
that count as one?
That's all the Elder Scrolls games, though. Like,
Like,
from the
if
first
we're
one.
counting the Game of the Year edition, we have to count that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll count that one. I bought the Anthology.
We're up to 6.
Technically, I didn't have to buy the special edition on PC because it was a free thing if you owned all of it already.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm buying it on VR. And if I owned a Switch, I'd probably buy it on Switch.
God damn it.
Why would you buy it on Switch?
Shut your mouth, Joey.
This looks cool. And it's handheld. I could take it fucking anywhere.
You wanted the answer.
If they release it on my iPhone, I'd buy it right now.
I'll smack your phone so hard.
As you have a
Fucking
Skyrim
leave
thing.
right now.
As he has a Skyrim fucking screensaver.
So here's my argument with the Nintendo thing. Do we really need a 6-year-old game on the Nintendo Switch? I get like people.
Apparently,
have
some
played
of them
before.
haven't fucking played it.
Nintendo needs it.
I guess do we really need a PS2 era game on the PS4? Like, start the process.
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
The
though.
wrapper.
The only
I
person
saw-
who needed Parappa the Rapper was not you.
I saw
I
this.
agree.
I about shit myself yesterday. This guy was talking about Skyrim VR on the subreddit yesterday, talking about how he had never heard of Skyrim. And everyone was like,
No, fucking
"Are
lie.
you And I refuse to believe that somebody that games in today's
Ever.
society has never heard of Skyrim.
How did he get so lucky?
Like, I thought the worst thing was that, like, the people on Switch were so excited because they could finally play Skyrim. This guy's never flat out heard of the
Do you
game.
know how old he is?
I don't.
7. He's as old as the game.
Do you like
What
any of
is
the other
Skyrim?
Souls games? What about, like, Morrowind, Oblivion?
Yes.
You should have heard of at least one of those titles. It's a problem.
I feel like the issue isn't with the game itself. It's the fact that they've released it so many times, and it was kind of just... It wasn't as good as Oblivion.
I think it's...
If they weren't doing full-priced releases, would you be on their case?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's also largely due to the fact that, like, we're kind of just mad at people that feel like they haven't fucking woken up.
Yeah.
Like,
like-
I should... Skyrim VR shouldn't... And I'm not saying, like, the conference was, crazy. But Skyrim VR should not have got, like, the
Any time
loudest
at
amount
all.
of cheers of
It
any of the
shouldn't have
fucking
gotten
games.
time.
Well, just period. Like, every time it's shown, at this point, I wouldn't be mad if they gave it a golf clap. I'd be okay with that. If the crowd was like,
I got a noise complaint in my hotel.
yeah, exactly.
reaction
That
is
shit
like-
that shit should not be happening. Like, people should be like, it's Skyrim, okay. You don't see that shit happening every time they say they're coming out with like a new fucking Mario Party, do you? No,
Like,
because
this
we've been
game
there.
was the reason why I bought a VR. This was the gamble I
Chris,
took
don't say
that they
that
would
again.
do it.
You said it once
Yeah.
in text
But
form,
this-
and it's always there. It's never going anywhere.
I texted everybody, I'm like, I don't think I'm speaking English anymore because they're not understanding what I'm saying. So, like,
I couldn't comprehend it.
but, like, that was the gamble I took because this is the game that I want to see on VR. Same as if No Man's Sky got a VR update. Big open world experiences. But, like, Skyrim,
Pay another $60 for another.
I don't need anything
To
else.
answer your earlier question, I would totally be on their case. Because, like any game that comes out, if it's $60 and it's a re-release, why the fuck should I buy that? If it's $40, same thing. I think I would just buy the game on PS3.
How many times have you
cheaper.
bought Binding of Isaac?
Never.
Never?
No. I have it on PC, I got it for free.
Oh.
I have it on PS4, I got it for free. I would have paid millions. Millions.
So now you
I
know
would've
how I
sold
feel about this.
My
though.
firstborn.
That's a good quote.
Now you know how I feel about this, though.
Quote.
How many,
Like-
times have you bought, how many times have you bought Saints Row?
See. And,
Saints Row 4, I bought twice.
okay,
But I got Get Out of Hell with it the second time.
okay.
But I had already finished it on the 360. But I never played it on the PS3. And then Saints Row 3, I had on my 360 and I got on my PS3. And
I guess
I'm not
it's-
innocent in this because I did buy Skyrim for the PS4 on Black Friday. But the entire time I was shitting all over that game, talking about how much I hated it, and doing it for dirty trophy reasons. Yeah.
I feel like I just,
You viewed that
I
game in a
played
different light
the-
than everybody else?
because I feel like I play it a lot differently. I've gotten on it a couple times. I just go in and, like, I
And sit in
collect
chair
all the
and watch
books.
the sunrise, apparently.
and then I go back to Bree's home, and I
lunatic.
throw all the books in the chest, If I get doubles, I solve the doubles and everything like that. But I'll hop on. I'll go in and just read a couple of the books. I go in and I organize my
That's
base
fucking
home.
weird, dude.
Fucking dumb.
Like,
That's super weird.
when I like go and do like a cave, like I literally take every single fucking thing out of the cave and go sell it. Like take the shit I want, sell the rest till the
money
cave. There is
is
nothing
so
selectable inside the cave.
pointless in
I
that
used
game.
to do that when I played Morrowind.
And you were
did
like,
that.
oh, the monetary system in this game is stupid because you can just take whatever you want or find it anywhere.
I mean, I was like fucking a wee boy.
They built such a great world
I will
to enjoy.
accept that, but how many times can you enjoy that world?
Same world.
Every time I do a playthrough of the game, I do it completely differently, and I feel like I'm experiencing new things. There's still guilds that I've never began in that game.
Like what?
Like the Baird's Guild.
I've only gotten halfway through the Thieves Guild.
It's because it's not fun.
Yeah, because
Uh-huh.
the Thieves Guild is never fun. It's fucking gay.
I think I finally finished like Dark Brotherhood.
It's the
Never finished the Companions Guild.
Dark Brotherhood's the only one that matters. Just killing bitches all day. Got no time for that other nonsense.
Dark Brotherhood was the only story that was actually interesting in that game.
That was my favorite part of Oblivion.
Yeah.
Was Dark Brotherhood. That was some awesome shit.
Surprise, surprise! They making you do the same thing.
Did you ever answer me as to why you don't like Skyrim? Is it because it's a buggy mess?
Oh, didn't you put like a while into it on PS3, even though
I
it
put
was?
like 80 hours into that game. PS3.
It's like nothing.
As I say, did you even play that game?
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, I played that game. I finished that game. I got all the dragon masks.
in 80. What the?
That means nothing to me.
You can beat that game in 2 hours.
The main story in that game, you can finish.
Well, everything's
hours.
oriented. It's
That's not even
Scaled down.
scaled, so you could just you could run through there with a
I
knife.
beat Oblivion the first time I was level 6. So like, yeah.
Yeah, like
But like,
I took my time. I did a lot of side quests. I can't remember what guilds or anything that I joined or whatever. But yeah, I finished that game.
so what was it?
Just didn't deserve to be re-released 7 times, 6 times, whatever we counted.
Like I said,
What
It
did you
wasn't memorable
want
to
from
me.
it though to like be what everybody says it is? That's why I'm having a hard time. Like, what did you want from it? Like,
I mean, it might not even be so
I-
much that you want something from it. It might just be it was
Did you enjoy the
exactly
game
what it
when
was
you played
supposed to be.
Yeah.
And was just not his preference.
So,
I enjoyed it.
what did you just ask him?
Did I enjoy the game? Yeah, I enjoyed it. I finished it, and then I reflected on it in that, based on their future games, I don't know what everyone sees in that game.
How did you?
And this isn't me being edgy or like I don't like things that other people like.
Hipster son of a bitch.
and I would agree in like, I feel like all 3 of us, like we found our definitive way to play the game. So it's like any playthroughs after that, we're just gonna do it the same way because that's the
Every
best
time
way
I
to
play
do
it, I
it.
try and do it differently.
I also don't get invested into open worlds like that. Like other people do.
So that's why I try to avoid open worlds because
For
I do get
example,
invested.
Adrian probably played that game 2 times through, both times dual wielding maces.
In which
Shot in the dark.
You're talking about just period.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes there are axes, but and dual wielding. No, well, because halfway through
I was always stealth bow guy.
my first playthrough, I started using magic. So, like, I would just dick around. My thing with that game is I like to break the game, which is like my thing when I first started playing it. I can't say how many hours. I don't like to play by a class. I literally wanted to make my guy a god, so I did. I was like, oh man, I'm bored of using these maces. It looks like I'm just going to one-shot everybody with destruction magic. Or I could conjure the strongest creature that there is to conjure. Why? Because you don't get to tell me what I get to do. I tell you what I get to do. And that's murder you.
Okay.
thoroughly enjoyed that game.
I'm glad you have something that you enjoy. I'm not being a dickhead about that.
Nah, I get it.
No, I mean, your passion for reading books in Skyrim is
It's unfounded.
it's crazy, but I will lie if I say I didn't find like a bestiary in Reddit, because I love anything like any beast like of the mythological sense. I just love these ideas of these creatures that are not like any creature you've ever experienced. So
When I find a book that's the creation story of the human race in Skyrim and everything like that. Like,
Well, one of them-
it's like that's really cool to read.
one of them is a side quest, the like it's like the Red Eagle Sword or something like
A lot of
that.
them are side quests. Yes.
Oh yeah, but I like legitimately wanted to read that book. I like read it and I was like,
I'm just,
okay, that's a good book.
It's part of the reason why I'm so scared to start The Witcher, because I do get invested into open worlds, and I know the rabbit hole that The Witcher will become.
I'd pick The Witcher above all Bethesda games. Open world RPG.
I say
Which is fair. I could see that.
the same thing, only because of,
Well, now you have a route to play just that. You don't ever have to play anything else.
oh, but I will play it
Why? So you can fuck Yennefer?
so I can play Gwent,
Oh,
Christopher,
sorry. I went a completely
Hey,
different
sure
direction
enough.
than that.
fucking Gwent.
What's the
I
same?
didn't understand.
Because if I play
played a little bit
if I
of
play the
Witcher.
Gwent game,
I didn't understand Gwent.
if I could play the Gwent game by itself, I don't get to see the disappointment on people's faces.
They're releasing it.
Having played Gwent
I don't
in
get to see the look on people's faces
Oh,
when
I
they
get
lose.
what you're saying.
having played Gwent in its standalone form, I enjoy Gwent more in that. I don't know why I didn't enjoy it as much in Witcher. It might have been because I know that there's a full game in Witcher, and that there's so much more to do than just sit here and play this
Whereas
game.
again, I'm the guy in
You
Red
just
Dead
want-
that's playing poker.
You,
Right.
you just weren't ready. That's a whole lot of fun.
I'm just too busy saving the world.
Now, when I bought the Hearts of Stone expansion, I got the version that came with the card game,
Yeah.
like the real card game and everything. So like, it's something I can do. Yeah, but yeah. So okay, there's my Skyrim nerd out, and then when we do our recording after it releases, I'll be sitting here playing in VR.
You started a
Gran
fireball.
Turismo Sport was shown off. It's Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
much in the same vein.
they
as
just said
Forza.
that full game's not VR. A little bit disappointing.
I'm sure that could come down the line.
Yeah. I mean, how did they give any kind of date on that?
No,
Yeah.
Gran Turismo.
it's Gran Turismo. They're never.
They said 2017 for Gran Turismo. Fall.
Oh, well, I mean, it's got some time.
Monster Hunter World. That's big.
I'm super stoked about Monster Hunter World.
I didn't understand why everyone was freaking out.
I played the
Monster
shit
Hunter's like a system seller too.
Oh, is it?
for the Nintendo. Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
I played the shit out of Monster Hunter for the Nintendo. I feel like...
It's on Xbox. Too.
Is it?
Is it like Skyrim?
Yeah, it's-
No, it is not.
It's
But,
actually fun.
dude, I
Shots fired.
Sound like me.
thought you didn't play that game.
What game, Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter.
I was just saying because
Just didn't fuck with me.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, you son of a bitch. But,
I would play this one to see if I enjoyed it.
I played it. I played it on the because he gave me his copy of Monster Hunter 4 for the DS, and I shockingly, like not shockingly, but like I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I got it. Played the shit out of that game. Like first like 3 days I had it, I put like fucking 40 hours in it, and that's not an exaggeration.
Starting there.
But
They're very slow in the beginning.
it's like it's one of those things where you can play by yourself, and you really have to take advantage of like shit the game does. Like in that trailer where he jumps off the thing and hits it and jumps like rodeos it. That's obviously like that's a big thing in the game. You do that to take pieces off of the creatures that you're trying to get, and then that gives you like bonuses when you finally kill it. But like that's the only way to win when you like face higher level monsters and you have no backup, because there's like different classes and different weapons you can use. Like you can have archers, you can have people with guns, obviously have people with different swords and stuff. But if you're by your fucking self and you're facing a high level monster, you're just like trying to look for any ledge to jump off of and hit it, because then that initiates that sequence where you can do heavy damage, and it's the only way to do it without getting just wrecked. So that was but the idea that because it's been pretty much locked in a Nintendo for the entirety of that game's lifespan, the fact
Monster
that
Hunter used to be on PlayStation
I know
2.
yeah, but who did you play Monster Hunter with on PlayStation 2? Like really no one there. The network was shit back then. Now with like a obviously very, very well functioning network, it being 2017 and whatnot, I'll actually be able to find people that will play that game. And now that it's on PlayStation, I don't have to just play with children that play on Nintendo handhelds. I can play with adults who actually understand the idea of strategy and, you know, backup and all that good stuff that comes with wanting to play a team-based game. So I was really excited for Monster Hunter. So
Nintendo?
yeah, we like kind of started that.
We're at 2 hours.
It's the E3 one. We knew it was going to be big.
We just cut out all the parts where Joe was talking.
Nintendo will be quick anyway.
We'll keep the like rebuttals to what he says though. We'll just cut out what he says. They're just not there. It's just
Probably even like the first syllable of every word.
and then it's like Chris answering his statement. So
I like it.
cut down on some time.
That would take forever.
I'm sorry. I mean,
I
not dedicated to good content, are you?
think I'm excited that they announced Metroid, but I also think it's shitty that they announced Metroid and Pokemon in the exact same way almost. Where they're like, there's a Pokemon game coming to the Switch. It's an RPG, just like everybody's asking. Like, oh, sweet, show it to us. And they're like, alright, yeah. Actually, this is Pokken Tournament DX. Like, what the fuck?
You know what it tells me?
There's 2 Pokemon games in office.
Right, but they, in this segment where they were talking about Pokken, they were like, also, we're coming out with another Pokemon game, and it's an RPG, and it's what you actually want.
Essentially, that means, theoretically, we decided today that these games are in development, and we went to Photoshop and made this for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
man.
when they announced that Episode 8 was now filming, and it was the close-up of Luke's face. It said, now filming. It's like, great! As of, like, 3 hours ago or something like that, like...
So Metroid Prime 4.
People lost their shit over that. And it was a logo.
Metroid Prime was fun as shit.
Can I use this?
But you don't know anything about it.
I mean, I think they're just gonna assume it's that
They don't.
that formula.
Yeah, they don't need to tell
Yeah.
anybody anything because Metroid is something that people have been asking for since the Wii U.
Yeah, it's a working formula.
Since the Wii,
Literally,
really.
you just have
Came out
to.
with Ether M, and everyone was like,
I mean, it's a well-established
fucking close.
franchise. When there's a new one comes out, everyone's excited for it. Destiny 2, they can just show a fucking logo. and
God of
be like,
War.
Destiny 2, oh my god.
Assassin's Creed.
Uncharted
that
5,
happened
I probably shit my
forever
pants.
before
Bloodborne
the
2.
game came out.
Bloodborne 2, they could... I shit on my own dick.
How excited for Assassin's Creed were you when you saw like the T-shirt stuff?
The minute that I saw that it was Egyptian-based, I knew I was buying it.
That's
And
Metroid
I
Prime
knew
is
that I
similar
was
for
going
people.
like collector's edition. I'm like, because this is gonna have shit that I want. Because I'm so like, I have a statue of Anubis in my room. Like I have a Egyptian cartouche of my name on it. Like I love Egypt.
Metroid Prime.
Fuck
is the
Egypt
same way.
today. Like
Today.
ancient Egypt.
Metroid Prime is the same way.
They don't even respect it. Okay, what?
Metroid Prime is the same way.
I'm now on the Muslim brotherhood.
In the Metroid 3DS stuff.
I never played a Metroid game.
What the fuck?
Metroid 2,
That was
remake
fire.
for 3DS.
Came out of
Looks
nowhere.
really good.
Do you want my like awful confession?
I mean,
I've never played Super Smash Bros. Melee.
you said all that stuff about Skyrim already, so. But that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad, Chris.
I deserve that.
But Melee, honestly, I like Brawl more than Melee.
I've never beat a Zelda game.
That's fair. Neither is Joey.
You want to beat them all.
My one true desire that I wish I had the focus for is to actually complete a Pokedex.
Yeah, I feel like nobody's.
I just
done
want to do
that.
it once.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
have to
that's.
do trading to do that.
I know. I just
'Cause
want
you
to do it
can't.
once.
I mean, good luck with anybody with like a copy of Red or Yellow or Blue, and then like getting them to fucking link with you.
Well, I bought Red for the 3DS when it came out.
Yeah,
So like theoretically, I could go in the bank and.
I think I
borrow.
have Blue, to be honest.
But I realized I should have gotten Yellow,
Got you some
and then
blue.
I was pissed. It's like they're $10
Getting
each.
all 151 is the same feeling as getting one.
And now there's like 800 and
Yeah,
some.
but
I got
it's
it.
bullshit.
It's horseshit because like the best Pokemon in the game, you have to fucking.
The one is an ice cream cone, which is
Oh, yeah.
fucking bullshit.
You talking about Vanillux?
Probably. I
That's
don't
its
know.
name.
If you're not part of the original 210 or whatever from the first two generations,
Okay,
I don't give a shit.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say like the original. Some of the ones in Ruby.
I include
were
gold and
okay.
silver. After that, they're dead to me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I agree.
New
Kirby.
New Kirby. I thought that new Kirby looked really good.
I could give two shits. That's what I say.
But this is Nintendo in a nutshell. All their games look like they could have existed at any point.
I want Nintendo to give me some mature content. I mean, I've been saying, a lot of people have been saying that for years, but just like, it doesn't have to be over the
Mario
top.
fucks Kirby.
You don't have
Skyrim.
Jesus. I mean, at least bang Peach out. Like it's like Leisure Suit Larry except Mario
He's
Edition.
too busy getting that.
My Luigi.
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, that's how Rosalina came to be.
Hey.
Super Mario Hot Coffee. There we go.
What?
Super Mario Odyssey stuff looked cool.
Wahoo!
All I saw was he turned
Yoshi.
into a T-Rex.
He did
So
turn
is
into a
the, is the
T-Rex.
basis
You
if
throw
you
your
throw your
hat.
hat on something,
Yep.
you become it?
Yep. Super cool.
You throw your
I'm just
hat
gonna
on.
throw my head
That's not
onto
the
a car.
main element of the game. It's pretty much a 3D just Mario.
But like that's the idea of like how you like become other things.
right.
You just
that's
throw
the
your hat
mechanic
onto
of that.
You're the greatest
It's
predator in the
mainly used for
history of the world.
traversal.
What else could you want?
But ignoring that stupid Japanese fact, yeah, it's a Sunshine 64 type Mario game, which is needed.
A Yoshi game.
Again, same name as Kirby. Who gives a fuck?
Looks like Yoshi's Story. I really like the original Yoshi Story, so.
Got to hear a lot
Did
of
you?
this, the whole fucking
Did
contest.
you really though?
I think so.
I said that about Parappa the Rapper, and then I played Parappa the Rapper. I'm like, did I really even like this?
Who the fuck was I? I hate me now. Just looking back
That's
in
the
time.
problem with going back to like
These old games.
older games.
I'll tell you what game.
That's me and Knights of the Old Republic. I cannot get off that first fucking planet because I'm like, this is shit. This did not age well.
I'll tell you what game aged super well, and they need to fucking make some more.
Skyrim. I disagree.
God damn it! I doubt we beat that horse fucking straight to hell and back.
We didn't talk about
because it'll just fall through the ground. Or
their
have its head spin around.
seemingly
13
paid
times.
mods thing.
Yeah, they went
Brought that
to what
back?
They said.
Did you see the image that they showed off with it though? There's a joke like a year or so ago about that they were releasing mud crab armor, and the image that they showed off on the paid mods thing was a mud crab in dwarven armor because
By that,
they know their audience.
but
Before we leave, did you hear about the whole GTA stuff? GTA shit going on?
Were they the mods?
Yeah, they basically killed off the modding
Yeah.
GTA.
Yeah, 10 years of this one group that does modding for it, and they're cutting that off.
Because they realize that they make money in GTA Online. And let's not release the cars or anything in single player because we want people to play online and then kill the single player and the modding. And
More DLC for Breath of the Wild.
More amiibos for Breath of the Wild.
I skipped that portion because I haven't beat Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that's fair.
So people were saying there were spoilers, so I didn't want to.
Yeah, there were some spoilers.
I'd only get the DLC
I played
if you could
safe.
be badass two-sword Ganon from fucking Hyrule
Your
Warriors.
Pokemon.
I think they said that you can be all the champions in the DLC, right?
That'd be interesting. I don't
Makes
care.
them
I don't know
playable.
what you're talking about.
I'm probably gonna get rid of that game. So
It's fair.
Breath of the Wild. Not Skyrim enough for you.
Do Skyrim.
Too Skyrim.
I enjoyed
Zero,
Pokemon once.
zero shouts out of 10.
Metroid
Most
amiibos.
stuff that I want for that game is
I'm really lucky
just
that
shit your pants when you shout like that. So,
I'm really lucky that I was not in a position to be a father when Skyrim came out because I was so on board for their promotion of name your kid Dova King and get all of our games that we ever have made and ever will make for free.
Nope.
if you
I was so fucking on board for
if
that.
you named your kid that, I would make fun of your child forever, and I apologize wholeheartedly. But I would.
What's up, Dova faggot?
Jesus, that was
Wow.
That was even clever. You
Even
just went
like
right for
even
it.
in translation, that even sounds pretty neat. Dragon fag.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dragon fag.
Faggot born.
I would go with something that kind of like Dova Queen.
Not possible.
So it's like calling it a girl. Just saying.
Worth it. You get all their fucking games.
I'm happy you're
your
being
kid gets
completely
picked up
unselfish.
Rocket
It's the
League.
firstborn.
Rocket League is coming to the
You're
Switch.
supposed to fuck up the firstborn.
Cross
Yeah.
network play.
More amiibos. 10 amiibos got announced.
And fuck them for the amiibo of putting Link in Skyrim. That's stupid as shit. It's not even lore friendly. Like,
Alduin is just a different form of Ganon.
Different form of Bowser.
they're gonna fucking do it. Now that you said it.
He's the chosen one.
They're Goombas.
Which, that's cool. I didn't give a fuck what you say. Well, if all the Mudcrabs are Goombas, I'd shit myself. I'd take that game out.
Portal
the
into
skeleton,
Cyrodiil. Portal into
skeleton
Morrowind. and-
Koopas.
Fuck you, dry bones. Goddamn dry bones. No way. I'm done. Never mind.
Bowser with wings.
Oh, fucking asshole. Throw an axe at him, he just dies. That's the original Mario. Axe on the bridge.
Fire Emblem Warriors.
Is that going to be like Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Everyone sounds Australian edition.
See, everyone was saying that Nintendo blew away everybody else at E3.
It's because of the nostalgia factor. It's the Metroid, Zelda, and Mario trifecta. Like, it's everybody.
That's a real Triforce.
And
Not to
it's
say-
no different than if, like, Sony came out and announced a brand new Crash game.
Which they showed more Crash off at the conference that we didn't talk about.
They didn't show it off at the show itself, though.
No, it was a
Pre-show.
pre-show.
Right.
Pre-show and after show.
I thought it was a,
Is it that you can play as Coco in all three games?
Coco, yeah.
Okay.
His super banging marsupial sister. I'm just kidding.
So there's...
I'm ready for the game.
That
I'm so
fucking
happy
Bandicoot.
Crash.
that it's finally coming out. We're really close to it.
They're not even going to let you play as Tiny. So, I don't know if we get it.
Are we talking about Donkey Kong or Crash?
Crash.
Crash.
Good boss.
Tiny
The
Kong.
tiger.
Now,
Tiny.
that's a remaster I could get behind. Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong?
64.
Mm.
Never beat that game.
Did you really like that game, though?
Nostalgia-wise, I feel like I did. But I'm sure if I go back and play it, I'm
Oh no,
hate
dude!
it.
The mechanics on that game are fucking a shit show. The camera,
Terrible. Really
the
bad.
camera is just a fucking atrocity. It's
The game was so fucking dark.
I loved
I
that
played
game
it for the first time in like 2009.
I don't know if it was just
And even
my
then I was
TV.
like, oh
The first
wow.
time?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
it was
remember,
just the game
I
was
mean,
just dark.
when I was young,
If you were not in an
when
area
it
of
came
direct
out, I was
sunlight,
playing that game.
good luck.
Like, that was a fun game. That was a hard as shit game.
It's just
The,
because
the
of
best part
mechanics.
about that game is
Probably.
that they made sure to do what I think all of us are always hoping, old 64 games on those fucking goofy ass controllers would do. Made sure they incorporate water levels pretty much whenever they can. Because if there's one thing I loved about the 64 and piss poor camera angles, it's fucking water levels.
I also feel like, unlike Banjo-Kazooie games where you didn't have to collect everything in a level to move on, you had to collect everything in that game.
You had to get all the bananas.
All the bananas. All of them.
Like quite literally every banana in that
To
game.
beat the game, you
to
had
finish
to
the
have
game.
every banana.
Banana.
Ooh, banana. Dude, every time.
The only thing about that game that is great is the theme song.
Oh, dude, that was just...
DK Rap.
The arena was kind of fun. But I was also a child when I played that.
I don't know. I could regret it, but like,
I get behind some Jet Force Gemini remake.
Bro,
Crimson Sky.
right? Are they, okay, alright, feeling okay. This guy knows where it's at.
Popping those ant heads.
Jet
all
Force Gemini. Oh yeah, dude. That was the first headshots I ever popped. In my fucking
That
life.
game was
is that a
recently
euphemism
hard.
for something?
Oh yeah, no, that thing came to
Is that a euphemism for something?
pop headshots?
Your first headshots you ever popped?
No, I was too little to pop those kind of headshots. But I almost did after I popped those headshots. But
It's like going back, I played Jet Set Radio Future.
Jet Set Radio. Oh my god.
And like,
These games are all...
I remember like just recently going back and playing and being like, this game is shit.
Mischief Makers.
Nope, missed me on that
You're,
one.
you're alone on that
Missed
one.
me on that one. Jet Force Gemini was a jump. It was a leap. And I caught you. But I can't. Mischief Makers. I'm
That's
just
the only one.
Maniac Mansion.
No.
Super Monkey Ball 2.
fucking nerd. Hey! I
Went
played the
back and
shit
played-
out of some Super Mario.
That is a shit game now.
Dude,
Yeah.
Those games are hard as fuck though. Like if you want to get
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome.
and a ball down a hill
And hit a target in the middle of the ocean.
yeah, try to fucking win that shit. It's hard. Or doing the one where you we used to always play the game
Me like that.
where you go off the ramp and you try to make it onto the target.
Yeah, into the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's tiered.
Dude, you could play that. That game, me, John, and Kevin played that for hours.
T-ball, the GameCube version.
I mean, you could also say Mario Kart's bumper car is the fucking GameCube version if you want to
Yeah.
be that way about it.
Yeah, but Mario Kart's successful enough that they make one on every generation. 2 on the Switch.
Well, no one actually.
2 on the Switch?
Yeah, because they re-released 8, and then I'm sure they'll do 9.
Maybe.
They have no reason not to do 9.
I don't know. I feel like
Unless the Switch fails.
For all it's worth. No, they've already probably outsold the Wii U.
That
except at
doesn't take
GameStop.
much. The Ouya probably outsold the Wii U.
dude,
Our store alone sold more than we sold.
I want to talk about the Ouya for a minute.
Talking about Muya.
Why isn't that a
That's
thing?
by my store.
You tell me you wouldn't buy an Ouya right now, you're a liar.
So overall, A3.
I feel like everybody was pretty much on the same level.
I would say it's bland.
Yeah.
It wasn't
But
bad.
this was the best year Microsoft's had in a while.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
A hardware year does that, though.
I am upset though that they kind of they didn't even kind of just straight up just glossed through a lot of the indie titles that are going to be exclusive to the Xbox. And
Well, 40 titles.
Oh yeah, but you could
I'm
at least
curious
pick
how
pick
exclusive they
one or
actually
two
We only know
and
some
highlighted them.
truly exclusive. A lot
Yeah.
of them are launch exclusive.
Then highlight them bitches.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I-
Microsoft's problem. They don't have
It wasn't
they don't know how to market
the right
exclusives.
time.
To at least tell you that there's going to be some games on there that might be exclusive to make getting an Xbox worth it. I feel like the right time was some years ago. I feel like they should fucking get on that.
It's a process. We talked about this last time. It's a years-long process.
Oh, Undertale. It's coming to PS4.
I don't give a fuck about Undertale. Not
I
even
think
a
that'll be
little
really
bit.
cool.
Not even a little bit. I don't care.
You don't know what Undertale is.
No, I do, but he was very adamant about that.
I've been just surrounded by people that just fucking do nothing but, and it's not even like the good community. It's like fucking weebs, and they're just like, oh my god, Undertale's so fucking good.
I really want Hello Neighbor to not be
hate
exclusive to the
you.
Xbox. I want that to be timed because I really liked that game when I played it on Pellar's computer.
You know, so there was only one Vita thing this year.
And they
When
didn't
Vita-
show it in their like hardware circle thing at the end of the show.
Right. They did not. You know what that means for
PS4
next year.
Pro,
though.
PS4, PSVR.
But I think they were kinda
next
just-
year, yeah, next year, Vita 2. Launch title, Skyrim.
God damn it, Chris! Just stop
I'm
this.
warning you now.
Stop this madness,
If
Chris.
it happens, I have to slap you in the face.
Slap
I'm
the
giving you
dog
a
shit out
full
of it.
year.
To prepare your
I'll
face
fucking buy it.
Preparing.
for getting the shit slapped out of it.
No, the fact that, like, the more I thought about it, like, tonight during this conversation, that, like, you know, if I got a Switch, Skyrim's portable, I'm probably 15% more inclined
Chris.
after this podcast to buy a Switch.
More.
To buy a Switch than when we started.
I have a question.
Just for portable Skyrim.
Does the Switch have like the same features as the DS, where you can play with other people, like when that that
Like
Street
multiplayer?
Pass? Like if I bring my Switch and we're in the same vicinity, obviously you can. They do that in the
Yeah.
commercials. What am I saying?
When they launched it.
Yeah. I'm a fool. Never mind. I didn't think about that.
What do you think of the Play? What was that? The Play Sony. You're sitting on a couch and you're on your
The
phone. What would they call
Oh,
it?
that thing they were doing with the game.
Yeah, like a game show type thing. And
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Can't think of the name.
I don't remember what it is.
That looks really neat.
Yeah, that they're exploring like something different than what they're usually doing. I appreciate that. It seems like people are kind of consoles are starting to lean and give a little bit of stuff to people that want to do party games. Play with their friends, couch co-op wise.
They're acknowledging that everyone has phones now.
Yes.
They're connected, so you might as well.
And I think party games are getting bigger.
Yeah.
Like, keep talking and
Slap you in your mouth.
keep talking or I've read as whatever that VR game.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see more party games.
Same. it's something that is dying out, or died out, to be 100% honest, in my opinion, pretty much with the 360 / PS3. Actually, really, I mean,
I miss 1 versus 100.
It's pretty much PS2 and Xbox.
yeah, and that was, and those had a shit ton of titles, which, like, it upset me that titles like Fusion Frenzy, I don't know what the new one was called.
They need a new one.
Fusion Frenzy was extremely fun on the Xbox, and then it came out on that 360 and it didn't do well. I was like, how?
Fusion Frenzy 2.
Yeah, I was like, how? It was just 2. Yeah, I didn't know if it had some catchy tag. But yeah, it's like, how could you not want to play this game with your friends? You got a bunch of friends over, and then it comes down to playing, like, games that are available for everybody to play, which really aren't party games, like Spelunky. Like, nobody wants to fucking play Spelunky with me. A, I get too aggressive about people doing dumb shit. B, the game's hard as fuck, which is why I'm so aggressive. Like, bro, if you hit me in the face with a bomb and kill me, I will fucking lose my mind. I will vote you off this goddamn island. You will forever be that dude that is my bitch all the time.
Fusion Frenzy is probably the game that I want most.
Yeah.
Backwards compatible.
Or
them to make a new one.
So I assume you've never played Kung Fu Chaos, because you were like, what?
No.
Alright, Kung Fu Chaos is also a very fun party game. That was like, I don't know if it was just like me and my brother played it all the time, so we just kind of thought it was, back then no one, especially when we were young wee lads, we didn't have the interwebs, so, we didn't keep track of how popular those games were. But it's like an over-the-top, third-person like fighting game where you have these cartoonish characters, and then like the level is changing as you fight, and you have to like run and do stuff. The premise is that you're in a kung fu movie. It's like all this crazy shit's happening. Like, you fight on the boat, and then the boat starts to sink, and you get your specials and stuff. So as the boat's sinking, you have to run and get off the boat. And if you don't get off the boat, you like lose health and stuff. But games like that, where yeah, there's a degree of skill required, but people that aren't that skilled at it won't be straight turned off.
Right.
Which is what, and it's always been a Nintendo thing, I guess. But like, for example, like even games like Smash, like Smash isn't how it used to. Used to be. I mean, I guess I was also still a kid, so like everybody was kind of on a level playing field. If I go to a party now and they have Smash, there's like 1 or 2 people that play Smash, and then once like we start playing Smash, nobody else wants to play Smash because they just don't want to get their ass kicked. It's like, all right, well, that's really the only party game that anybody owns, because nobody wants to buy Mario Party. Sons of bitches.
So, moral of the story is, let's just wait for Skyrim VR remastered.
Son of a bitch, Chris. Alright, fair enough. I'm waiting.
The 7th re-release?
He swayed me. His constant
Anything after 2 is like...
His constant unending enthusiasm has swayed me.
Anything after 2 re-releases?
2 releases, yeah.
I think, oh my
What
god.
about fucking Kingdom Hearts?
It's 106.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
Skyrim time.
It's the 16th. You know it comes out on the 16th. The only reason to really own a Switch, am I right, Vonnie boy?
What?
Arms. Vaughn wants it so
God
bad.
damn it, are you getting it?
Oh, he wants it. Look at him.
Oh,
Look at
you
him.
are the one
He's
that's
sweating.
wanting
He's just,
Make him pay for it.
oh, fuck him. You'll never get your Switch back.
I think the next thing I'm buying on my Switch is Splatoon.
But what?
Splatoon is the next thing I'm buying on the Switch.
Do you still like your Switch?
I'm surprised you didn't. Well, you're not really a big fighting game guy. I was just saying, I'm surprised you didn't at least dabble with that Street Fighter.
I played some Mario Kart.
That's honestly, I'm addicted to Mario Kart. That's another reason why I'm happy. Like, I kind of didn't get a Switch, because that shit, I get real bad about Mario Kart. Even when I had it like in the Mario Kart DS on the original DS, and I was like 11, like I was real hardcore about it.
So as you started talking about it, I think got the...
Yeah, it was a problem. So
Yeah, I felt all 3, or most of the show this year was good. There's some stuff that was exciting for all parties involved.
I feel like it didn't disappoint, but it didn't.
I didn't feel the same way Chris did about Sony stuff, but I'm the resident.
It's because Chris isn't a shell of a
fanboy
man yet.
for that company, so
Mm-hmm.
as much as I feel like I'm not, but most people pin me as one.
We make it up with the Skyrim shit.
We'll be back soon with a normal length show.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Whatever you want, Chris.
Welcome back to the dry spell.
We have Crash come out on the 30th, so
Done with all your structure. Bring the system down.
probably have one before
Chris. Every
then.
time.
Best game of all time.
Crash.
Crash Bandicoot.
Spyro.
Spyro? That's what I heard a lot of people like.
There was a guy dressed up in his Crash outfit at E3, like doing the thing with the microphone.
Is he just spinning? No, he should have just been spinning.
No, he was doing the.
He just keeps spinning and then like stops and just throws up all over himself.
He called out a Sonic, like mascot for a dance off.
Oh shit. I mean,
I don't know what happened with it, but
sounds like what Crash would do.
The old Crash marketing.
soon.
was-
So after Crash, that's early.
August? Anything in August?
Nothing that I know of.
It was Shadow of War, and then they delayed it.
Destiny beta next month, which I will miss the entirety of. It's my honeymoon,
Ooh.
Oh dude, just don't do it, Chris.
and my honeymoon happens during the Game of Thrones season premiere.
Chris,
I'll tell you how Destiny is.
that's the Lord telling you that sometimes you just gotta
But at least
prioritize, Chris.
at least you'll know. I'll be honest with you.
Right. We're coming home between legs of the trip for like a day and a half. I might like try and get in a little
I
bit
feel
there.
that'll get you in trouble.
No, I mean we'll be home and it'll be like a break and
Well,
the thing.
I'm gonna say.
Don't make me divorce you.
I mean, I've seen faster. So, I mean, you're still doing good by some people's standards.
All right, cool.
This has been our E3 episode. This is Vaughn.
Joey.
Adrian.
Chris.
And we are outro.